get to the meeting in a little while. But I just want to make sure you're ready to go there. You're ready to go? You sure? Just nudge your neighbor real quick and say, neighbor, you ready to go? You ready? You ready for the meeting? Hey. Yeah. Hey. It's exciting. Oh, yeah. Blame it on the music. Oh, it's exciting. Oh, yeah. Blame it on the music. Oh, it's exciting. Oh, yeah. Blame it on the music. Oh, it's exciting. Oh, yeah. Blame it on the music. Come on, let's go. Say it's exciting. It's exciting. Oh, yeah. Blame it on the music.
Yeah. Oh, it's very loud. Just bring that down some. It's inside me. Oh, yeah. Blame it
Delton, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have no singing in my spirit this morning. I do not have any singing in my spirit. Miss Mary Walker, I want to say good morning to you.
Early on the line.
But I just feel like if it's going to be shady in here today, y'all let me know.
The live
so I can go home.
The shade quickly.
Y'all let me know.
Oh, I didn't put the new fly up. Let me put the new fly up. Just to give people a little heads up. Welcome all, welcome on in the live. For those joining us via the radio dial, in your vehicles or at work, wherever you are, thank you so much for tuning in to Glory 93.9 FM. This is your favorite gospel station, the station for the nation. No, that's wrong. Wrong line. That's from another station.
Abort.
Yeah, we are your favorite gospel station. Welcome to DGMT. I'm trying to get my headphones don't want to cooperate because time and our clothes gotta coordinate. Let me try something else here. For those on Facebook, we know y'all can't see us yet.
And act the way I feel. I don't want anybody to see me.
So anyway, welcome for those who are on radio and driving in your cars. Thank you so much for tuning in to Glory 93.9 FM, your favorite gospel station. We're back. I think this is our first show since the station has been fixed and rectified. I think it is. Oh,
I did not know the station was broken.
Yeah, your car don't speak English.
Yeah, my car does not speak English.
So if you have a car that don't speak English, definitely you would not know. But for those that catch our station, you realize that we had some it wasn't transmitter this time. It was our antennas. We had some damage and corrosion, whereas water not accidentally, but somehow our weatherproofing didn't hold up as well.
It didn't proof. Delton, get us on camera so I could speak my mind.
Geez.
Get us on the camera so I could speak my mind.
Very, very aggressive.
Yeah, no, because that's how we just like our fans. Just like our fans, aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Just like our fans, aggressive. Listen to me. I can pull a Tabitha Brown on all of you. Tabitha, tell the people, y'all can't change me. I am who I am, and who I am needs no excuses.
No excuses.
It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. I'm not going to sing the next line. But just know. Good morning to all of God's. Chelsea, set the house in order. All of God's children.
Are you good now, Mel?
Because regardless of how I feel about y'all today, we are all. I said all.
All
God's children.
All. So welcome one, welcome
so my accent
all.
changes when I'm irritated.
It does. Is this something that you're just realizing?
No, but I didn't know. I thought it was only the African one. It's just any change.
No, it's just accent.
I love it. Oh, Chelsea, thank you, baby. She said I look glowy today. Thank you so much.
No, thanks, Chelsea. I look glowy as well.
No, Chelsea now. Chelsea. I know you couldn't see it because of the camera, but I want you to look at Delton's curls. Damn curls popping. Okay. Delton's curls popping. I mean, Delton curl pattern. Delton's a what? A tree C? A tree B.
Oh, man, I have no clue.
A tree B.
I don't know.
Delton's giving me strong tree B, maybe 4B vibes.
4B?
Yeah. Delton's basically got wash and go. Goes. what the things that we have to do to achieve this look for Wash and Go. Imagine Delton now. You can't see them. Just look at the top. You get a general idea. Look at shiny. Look at that. Look at that. Shiny. So anyway, good morning, one. Good morning, all.
Good morning, big. Good morning, small.
Good morning, short. Good morning, tall.
Good morning, all of y'all.
Good morning, all of y'all. Delton, I mean, licking your face.
I was trying to get in, man. You go too early. I was ready.
I come in early because the Saints on they hot on the lives this morning.
Kenneth says it's more than the galley. You're right. We 3 hours.
No, but Kenneth,
it's always more.
That has always been that's our thing. What we do here, my accent's changed again. It's changed again. Let me try to bring it down. That's our thing here at DGMT. It's morning somewhere in the world. But somebody decided this weekend that anyway.
I mean,
all is well.
They posted on Facebook. They posted on WhatsApp statuses.
And I just feel for me, it was just the fact that people will change up on real quick. They'll change up on you real quick. I think that's the lesson I learned from this weekend's DGMT. And people who are your friends one day can be your enemies the next day.
I have people in my inbox telling me how the fact that
the level of
first of all,
shadiness, direct.
You just watch our show. That's the first thing, and probably they do.
Who's this?
I don't
Call them out.
Like they've been in the car listening. That's like, whoa. Well, then my apologies. My apologies to you.
One thing about me, I ain't scared to call no names. People like Stephanie Bazile, people like Janelle Longley, people like Latoya McKinney, people like Julianne Roll. Oh goodness, Julianne Roll. She's the gang leader. Julianne is the gang leader. All of a sudden, us coming at an appropriate time for us is just not good enough anymore. It's just not good enough anymore. But anyway, DGMT is nevertheless, we are always glad to be here with you through many dangers, toils, and snares. Delton, I can't guarantee I'm going to speak in one accent for very long today. Based on what's been happening, based on how I'm feeling, it's going to be a mixed mash. And I just want to warn the Saints now.
I want you to free yourself from you, man.
Okay. Okay. Once you said...
Free yourself.
Chelsea say your curls bussin'. They bussin'.
Yeah, it took me
I love it. Shakara's giving out your secret. She said green eco style.
Green eco gel. I literally did that in about 10 seconds.
Denisha, our good friend Denisha, who did not come for us, she just say, look, whenever y'all come, I'm going to pass by to say hi. Denisha, we send a special warm hi to you today.
And I think our friend
warm.
Sensei, she was still awake, so I don't.
Sensei take time. Sensei don't rush.
And I appreciate people like Sensei.
Terrell said he's digging the Afrocentric vibe, complete with the matching earrings. You see that, eh?
Africa.
One thing about me, if you see me go Afri, because I'm having a hair crisis.
Like whenever that
I'm
happens,
giving away one of my secrets.
If you
see the head wrap and the big earrings come out, we're having a crisis.
It's all distraction.
But all is well. It's an illusion.
It's all a distraction.
Now we missed last week, Delton. We weren't here last week.
Yeah, we apologize for last week.
Last week we had some ministry. Ministry was going on,
and then we had car issues.
And then car issues. So, I want you to know we is pushed through all kind of things to come to DGM.
We still have car issues, by the way. So if anybody knows where we get some parts for a Nissan Juke for our day of co-host and host.
Yeah.
One.
I'm also happy to just catch a ride. Anybody who's willing to give me a ride.
So I had to go. I had to go pick up for the V today. Then we had some church things. To do.
And that's what has hurt me. Yeah. When people coming at you in your chat and you in the middle of doing ministry for the Lord.
For your own church people come for you too?
Own church people?
It's for your own church people coming.
Why
are you doing church things?
Delton, that should be the strap line for DGMT. It's be your own church people.
Can't come for you while
for everything that's gone down in the house of the Lord among the saints this week, the strap line is, it is be your own church people. But hey to all of you, hey to Angelica, hey.
Christoph said his apologies. When I did the live, he has a 2 p.m. funeral. That's been waiting from 11:30 because the tea is hot.
Oh gosh, Christoph.
We apologize, Christoph.
Apologies. Oh,
we accept your apologies, Christoph.
And Latoya is speaking because she decided she took upon herself to spread the word among the saints. So Latoya is now apparently the general secretary for the show because she takes apologies.
I like it.
She takes apologies. This headband is cute. Thanks, Jody. Lillian is here on time.
Oh,
and that's when you know the tea is boiling.
Yeah, when you reach on time, you know
Honestly, Delton, we can't even slap up today. Usually, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when the tea is especially hot, Delton and I would slap up a lot.
that. And I ain't lie. I have a lot of things to talk about before I get there, just to make sure. But I know y'all people.
Housekeeping.
Y'all just leave. Like, anyway, they ain't
No,
talking
they
about
can
it.
leave. They ain't
Like,
gonna leave.
anyway, they ain't talking about it yet.
The tea is hot, but it's just a lot.
It's been
rhymes.
a lot. We haven't been here in a week, and there's just it went haywire.
And last week was a heavy show. Last week would have been a heavy show.
Yeah.
And when I said to Delton, what did we miss? He said, I can't even remember. It's
I don't
been a
remember
lot, so much this week.
Because so much happened this week.
Oh,
What
Rashad. One thing about your teachers.
What happened last week?
Subtlety is not. We working on it. Because Rashad already say, you're talking about the piranha today. Oh, the piranha lady. I want to make sure I get all my good mornings. I see who else is on the live. Shaquinda, Divinity Nixon. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are in the world.
Let me set up my little show situation. I get things to play, and I want things to play properly. So let me make sure I send this over here.
Rashad say, Vera, how you in? Call my name. You could kill. I was here before. See? It's the aggression of our fans. Delton, I blame me. I blame you and I. We have created this culture.
We allowed it from the beginning.
We've allowed this level. Rashad,
what
up.
kills me is new folks come in
Hands
and
up,
the
don't
same.
Hands up, don't shoot. I apologize.
Oh man, new folks coming up with the same energy. It's like, oh,
it was the Finding Nemo clip for me. Y'all, slow down, pull back, push brakes, wait. Let's begin with our housekeeping. First and foremost, church announcements.
Let's get those out the way.
Church announcements.
Happy birthday.
Come on now.
Goes out to all of our folks who celebrated birthday last week and went into this week. Today I have Charisma Taylor celebrating today. She's a lifer. We got a cousin and a friend of mine from the University of Bahamas, a fellow musician by the name of Sean Penniman. He's celebrating his birthday on today as well. I think someone sent me a private message on WhatsApp saying that the flyer said 11 a.m. or I read that wrong. Y'all always late.
Who said that?
First of all, Raquel.
Call it.
Raquel.
Which one?
Ferguson Knowles. This is one we met in the airport when we was leaving.
Call out. Because when I met her, she seemed like a very nice lady.
She seemed nice. That's deceiving. She was trying to be quiet and shy in the airport.
Delton, pull up. You have the new flyer on. You have the new flyer loaded. Get that loaded.
Let me load that up for y'all. Because I'm sure I sent the new flyer out and it was sent. And
circulate. Share that.
Yeah.
Run and share that.
Since y'all want to share things. Talk about what.
Because y'all want to share everything.
What the flyer say. And the flyer say this. And the flyer say this time.
The flyer say? Jody, you mean the double question mark?
Yeah, so let me just post this here for y'all. If y'all can look at the new flyer, if you can turn your attention towards the screen.
As we give our church announcement.
For a quick announcement. If you can see the time on the flyer, if you can let's look, focus at the bottom, that's the left hand corner, could be right, depends on how your screen is. And that thing says 11:30. Question mark.
I really wish I could raise one of my eyebrows because this would be really good for like dramatic effect.
That flyer says
do the rock eyebrow.
That flyer says 11:30 a.m. Question mark. So we appreciate if y'all don't come for us.
It's the notifications. I want you guys to know we're gonna get the hostility out of the way one time. I want you guys to know that Delton and I, our heart is in the right place always.
Oh no.
We're always thinking about you guys. Always thinking about you guys. So if you don't see us at 11:30 on the dot, I want you to know we're pressing.
Yeah, trust me. Because this morning we set out from 10:15. We started. We wanted to be out and about. But hey, things happen. We didn't have things to do. We have things to do.
You know.
And church things for the Lord. We working for the Lord.
For the Lord, and you think about your Saturday. Think about your Saturday schedule and things you have to do. You know. But I know you all is pressed to be here with us on the live too, so we're grateful. We have Mopey hailing us on the live. Listen,
we want
to
send a special
shout
out.
I'll hold up the merchandise.
Mosaic. We gotta advertise them though. They don't pass. Yeah, open the box.
Hold on.
We want to send a special shout out to our producer, one Mosaic Darvel. She's on the live now, and she blessed our hearts on today because we walked into the office, and there was definitely a lazy prize for us. It was a blessing of the Lord. This
is the kind that make us rich and
that make it rich, but I definitely adds weight.
No sorrow, though.
No sorrow.
No sorrow.
But it was definitely add weight.
Delton, I thought you was off sugar.
I am. Nah, I failed on today.
Oh, just today. It's a special
I
occasion.
failed on today.
DGMT.
So the producer came in with
special
treats and
Big
treats
up the
for all.
producer for true.
So as soon as the show started, she left. In true producer fashion.
Yeah, she made sure.
As soon as the
we
show
came
was about
on
to
the
get
line.
started, she was
made
like,
sure.
"Okay, I'm gonna head out," and so she left.
She made sure things were in decent and in order.
Decent in order.
Oh, Raquel, she wants to come on the live now. Does she?
Oh, nah. I want things. Anyway, guys, so that's the birthdays that I have. Anybody else who had celebrated a birthday, our anniversary, we say happy birthday to you.
And then
happy
we had
anniversary
who
to
celebrated a birthday
you. We missed
last
Angelique
week.
40th. Celebrated last week, Sunday. And so all of you, man, the best month is come to an end. So that'll be it for us until the next 11 months.
Oh, but the
so.
best this month is coming. And apparently some of you have already started to celebrate December. You've already started playing Christmas music and drinking.
In my office, Christmas music was being played. Thanks to our producer.
I just don't think God is pleased. I think live in the day, embrace the present. Celebrating Christmas in September it's
I think it was the what really kicked it off was was it Dunkin' Donuts? Somebody started pumpkin spice, pumpkin spice showed already. It's like
Dunkin' and Starbucks have pumpkin spice.
How's there already?
Because that's full of food.
Yeah,
like it's full flavors.
It's to watch. Anyway, so
you see Chelsea's interpretation. She said the interpretation of the question mark 1 hour per question mark. I see what she said. She
there you go.
What she said. But anyway, Jesus,
right.
What is this? I mean.
Now, sir.
I always feel like extrally special.
Well, when pastors here?
When the pastors come in, but not just the pastors.
No, the all the way from Bimini.
All the way from
Bimini.
Bimnee.
Bimknee.
He said, I have seen hands down. August is the best. Pastor Kellen, we wish you a belated happy birthday. We shouted out Pastor Kellen on his birthday, right?
I think
that was the week.
Last week, yeah.
He wasn't here. But anyway, we want to shout you out a belated happy birthday. Thank you for joining us on DGMT today. Listen, let's speed ahead to the church. No, we've done church announcements.
News and reviews.
School
is open. That's first and foremost. School is indeed being open for.
Have we had a DGMT since I had kids in school?
No, that would have been last week. And you started off.
Saints, one thing about me.
Strong. Did we?
Listen to me.
No, yeah, we didn't.
I'm a spiritual being, and I like to try and stay in tune with what is happening in the spiritual realm. But I've developed a new sensitivity, and I can tell the saints are not praying. I can pick it up. Y'all ain't praying.
Let me say what happened. So let me tell a little bit of Vera's story. Vera started off her school week. That was last week. Last week Monday or Thursday?
Yes, the 22nd. 22nd.
And
mind you, I'd been in school from the 11th. Let's not forget that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
And if you were one of the persons that are privileged enough to have Vera's number, you raise on a status. There was a picture every day, every morning. I mean, never seen a more ebullient. I mean, just smiling, perfect lighting. And then the second week, there was not a single picture. There was no status. It was hilarious. And I've been waiting to say this. I was like, she had a picture every morning.
No, but I was going for first week. Sunshine,
the flowers.
Delton, you see one thing about you guys.
Second week, she showed one picture of a classroom.
This is the problem with the believer. Y'all don't want to read the word. Y'all just want to look at the pretty pictures. If you read the captions, you would have seen that it was a cry for help.
But
it was a cry for help.
The next picture you saw, she was showing a classroom roof with no ceiling tiles. It was like, I was like, oh boy, this went down here quickly. Like this went straight to the bottom.
I consider myself to be effervescent, resilient. Like I just one of those people that's always smiling in the face of trouble. But this back to school slap me up differently. And I need my teachers on the live. I need Rashad them to explain to me what is happening. What have I missed? I'm putting this down to Panorama. I'm putting this down to the fact that since 2019, this is our first back to school. All the kids came in. First day of school. Everybody, laddie, everybody. But what I'm going to say is it's taken 2 weeks and we still ain't find the balance. I have been teaching for 11 years. This is my 11th or is it my 12th? One of them. And I have never experienced a back to school like this in my entire life. Exhaustion of different levels. And my thing was my first week, I was just so confused. I just felt so everything
what?
confused me. Everything confused
This
me.
is your first year at the
how
school.
do I do my job? Like, what do I say to children when they come in? Like, so like the kids came in on the 22nd. Yesterday was the 2nd. I found my slides for the first day back to school yesterday, 2 weeks after school started.
So you coming hot Monday? Monday you
What?
coming hot? Monday we
I
started
didn't even know. I didn't even know. I had to apologize to the kids yesterday. I apologized to my class. I said, guys, if you've noticed me, I've been a bit off. If I've just not been myself, I'm really sorry. And they were like, no, Miss Wilson, you seem really happy. You seem really good. And I said, Father, let your light continue to shine through me. Even in my dark days, your light is still shining.
They were quite,
my goodness.
They were happy. They thought you were doing good.
The kids were like tip-top shape. They were like, Miss Wilson, listen to me. But one girl, you see some of them ain't honest. Thursday morning, that was the day I sent the video.
Yeah.
So Thursday morning, I think one of my biggest challenges is, as a teacher, you want a good couple of days in the week where you don't have a lesson first thing in the day.
Mm.
All of my days, I have a lesson first thing in the day. So that's a bit heavy. Like, there's no catching yourself in the morning. You got to rise early like a waitress woman. Right. So Thursday was after Wednesday, everything's just a dud. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. So a colleague met me in the car park. She was like, oh, do you remember that our grade 9s have a meeting for such and such and such? And I had grade 9 first period. I nearly broke down crying just for the level of relief.
I thought that they was going to be there.
The level of relief that they weren't going to be in the lesson. Not because I don't like them. They're mad. But not because I don't like, but just because I just felt a little bit overwhelmed. So when they pulled up at the door and I went to greet them and tell them that let's walk down to this meeting, one girl was, Miss Wilson, I've never seen you with this much pep in your step.
She said pep in your step.
She said, Miss Wilson, I've never seen you with this much.
Like, let's go, everybody.
I was like, let's go, everybody.
Just to get rid of the children. Just for half an hour. How long the meeting was? But half an hour.
No, the meeting was a whole hour. And I said to the person leading the meeting, I was like, you don't speed this up. And I told them, I was like, guys, if this finishes 10 minutes early, just walk really slowly to your next class. Don't worry about coming back to English. I'll register you. It's all fine. I've seen your faces.
I've seen all of you.
Don't stress. Don't stress about coming back. Everyone's here. All is well. Let's say I want to shout out Shantae, who is on the live.
Hey, Shantae, best.
And I know Shantae doesn't always make it. She's a busy woman.
Busy on
the
job.
On the job, and she's also busy
on the next job. So
we give God praise and glory, but we're grateful that Shantae's joined us this morning. Julianne said, wow, you was a senior woman, now it's this fee. And I felt that when I got out of bed this morning. But that's a story for another day. So guys, you know that we're DGMT fam. I've really just come to speak my heart. Back to school has been rough. Rashad says it's rough. I'm back in the normal classroom now and it's rough. My first week was great at a new school, but these parents, oh God, oh Lord Jesus. Now, Rashad wasn't here when we did the Extra Mile episode of DGMT. He didn't give us his comments. Rashad, we was looking for you when we was talking about the Extra Mile.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said, but these parents need to go the extra mile. Send the child to school with breakfast. Clothe the child properly. Buy the materials. Gee, that's what I mean by rough.
Yeah, listen to me. And let me, on the idea, when you talk about these materials and clothe the child properly, some of y'all stars need to repent before y'all busting out wide open. There is no way a child's pair of socks should be $20-something for like $2 something.
Delton, you coming on DGMT and you speaking fallacy.
Julianne, send me what the receipt is, Julianne.
What?
For my child's socks. Socks.
First of all, you slap up. Because why are you buying socks in that store?
We couldn't find it. There's one place he needed to go, but that was like way down the road. We never gone down the far. But anyway, so
socks for how much?
Socks was like $20-something. You're $21, $20, something like that. Socks.
We spoke about this on DGMT before. Y'all, we need to open up a shop.
No, we have to. Because y'all are here raping and robbing people.
Correct.
That's what
there's no other way of putting it.
With no gun. No gun, no weapon at all. Wow. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, raping and giving the people a receipt. When all is said and done. Robbing them and giving them a receipt when all is said and done.
Cash is like someone but ordering online. The thing is, if I remembered, I'm not gonna lie, during vacation, I had no care about school for the child at all. So there's no thought of.
Oh, but you won't make that mistake again.
Oh, never again. Listen to me. I plan to buy these. Oh, $4 a pair. Oh, she got the $4 a pair. Oh, right. Sorry, she didn't buy them. She bought a set of cost $4 a pair. And I'm pretty sure they probably spent 89 cents a pair on them.
They're
sure.
Socks, mate.
Socks, they bought them wholesale. They probably spent 89 cents, if that much.
Now, Cassie's made an excellent observation. The time as we reach, everybody's ready to make it. DGMT just needs to be DGAT.
No, the gat.
No, doesn't have a ring.
No, DGMT.
All right, okay. We'll go back to
underwear. 25.75. 3 in a pack.
3 what in a pack?
3 jockey.
Can't be 3 jockey. It has to be the jockey, the vest, and the socks. You mean a set of 3?
A set of no.
Oh,
ridiculous. Rubbish. That's what he made.
No, because the reality is
Rubbish.
they've had this back to school stock from 2020. And that's been there all this time. Y'all got to buy these.
Yep. Because they've been sitting there. Because y'all didn't buy them. A lot of children go to school. So it's like we have these there in abundance. So y'all can get these. What are we doing? There's a plan afoot.
Jody said that's garbage. No. Rubbish. Rubbish. Demonic is correct. No, that is bizarre. Lionel says evening to you, sir.
I remember there was a neighbor we had that who's next door to ours, to my homie's restaurant. I when we tell him that he had to go to hell for at least a day. So there's no way he could go straight there and say that for at least a day. God had to send him for all the things he did.
Who say that, Lura?
Say you got to go to hell for if only for a day.
And I'd be scared. Because I feel like Jesus would be listening. Jesus would be like, if Lura say so.
If only for a day.
Does she get VIP status? I'll be out.
For the mess you've done, if only for a day. You gotta go if only for a day. God. Some of these stores, if only for a day.
Shakara say no good quality brown shoes. I mean, how possible?
Everybody
gotta wear brown shoes.
I don't know about the good quality. Some of these no name. Anyway.
Dwayne said we need to stop advertising the foreign people them.
Well, we need to behave people
to not charge obscene prices.
No, wait together. No, give them next year. Next year, Dre will be under this post commenting.
Oh, because school uniform time soon comes.
I'm gonna give Dwayne till next year.
Good. Dwayne, Donnie, recruit Gotti them from now.
Dwayne will start to show off.
If you see Gotti them going away, and Dwayne will be he'll beat Miss Mary. He will beat Miss Mary onto the show this week.
Yeah. So once Dwayne gets started out, you have to buy these things for Lil Don. Oh, him and Donnie be first on the show.
Delton,
with their receipts.
You seeing this?
What is this? What I miss? Oh,
did she?
I think she did. That was remember because we talked about her. And she said she was in there because she was out there buying lemonade. That's a day. That's a knife.
You came late the week we shout you out, but we can shout you out again.
I have no problem.
Why not?
Man, this will be better on. Sound the thing. Sound the big thing.
What kind of combination is that? Lily and I did not approve of that.
Sound a big thing.
Brown shoes and all white tennis. Can we talk about? We need to break some of these colonial strongholds.
Listen to me. One of these.
Why would you send children to buy white tennis to run on the dusty field?
Hold on, not just white. It can't have
all white
with no color. It has to have all white. When
I don't understand that.
This is one of the dumbest things ever for a primary school to demand that your child has all white.
I can't fathom.
Is the
logic.
Dumbest thing. And then the school, I'm not gonna call the school's name.
No, but then one school.
They give you PE uniforms, but by the second week, the writing on the PE shirt, it's gone.
The PD.
The
writing on the PD shirts.
On the PD shirts, you don't know. Thank God for the colors, because you have no idea what your child house is. Them things wash away so fast.
No man.
How we get there?
Oh Lord Jesus. Rashad says he went back and watched the Extra Mile episode. Thank God I wasn't there at that moment. However, I received a call from his secretary explaining it to me, so we cool again.
Yeah, no,
you received a call from whose secretary?
Hold on, go back. You say
pause. Rewind.
From the
Rashad,
secretary.
you got a direct call from the Prime Minister's secretary to explain the situation. That's when you know you're leveling up in life, yeah?
Yeah, that's when you know you're on a different level from everybody else.
I think our conclusion of that episode was it was a poor choice of words and then a really poor snippet.
It was clickbait. It was clickbait for the Guardian.
The spirit, that line did not capture the spirit of the entire speech. I think that was our conclusion. But call from the secretary, go on then.
So we should have gone Rashad for the show.
Or special guest. Man, y'all ain't realize these them 10-year jockey.
Yeah, no, these old.
No, 10-year jockey still don't have to cost $30.
Anyway, so hey, let me.
Oh, as you say, call the school name. Oh, geez.
No, I ain't call them out.
No, but your wife done do it.
We have.
Your wife has already done it.
I ain't reading that.
She said, I wish I could tag.
Because we have some people that listen to 3.9 FM from the school board.
I would like to say members of school boards everywhere. Uniform should be practical.
Be smart, man.
Like, it's just to be practical, you know?
That's ain't smart. Say what it is. It's not smart. Anyway, I would call my sister-in-law to talk about a certain particular school whose name I'm not going to mention, but she had an issue with them on yesterday, and apparently, according to my niece, it got a little loud.
Where?
At a certain school that I'm not going to mention.
With the strap and the road work?
No. With the one that I'm talking about. The one that they typed here that I'm not going to call their name.
But then school wasn't even open yesterday.
Oh, exactly. And there's something. Oh, man.
Delton, man, this DGMT. Hold on. Delton.
I can't talk about it.
I want to know, though.
I can't talk about it. But the school was trying to upset my good, decent sister-in-law yesterday.
Which one?
And trying to Anaya's mother.
It got loud?
Oh, but she came in with the loudness. And then words apparently somebody came and gave her backup. And so it continued. So anyway, this particular school, do right, man. Jesus, for God's sake, do right.
Oh no, not getting loud. Oh.
Anyway, so Rashad went back to the. He said,
we want to get the parents who vent in their frustrations, man. This is really their only place. Lionel says all white tennis equals garbage. Here at DGMT, we say rubbish.
That's what it is.
And then PE t-shirt costs $15 each, not for the baby during them. What y'all need to do is y'all need to go. Y'all, Delton, you have skills. You have a special set of skills. Get the school logo and make the t-shirt.
I kid you not.
Get the school logo and make the t-shirt.
That's what we planned. I planned on next year.
You know what? Someone told me. So one of my dogs at my current place of work and employment, I wasn't planning to say this, but seeing as we getting things off our chest, I went to buy a polo because I'm trying to, just do like a casual Friday. Yeah. So I was planning to go and buy 2 polos, right? You saw me wear my polo on back to school Sunday. Do you know how much that cost me?
35?
42.
42. That's close.
40.
For a regular?
2. You know what the lady who was selling them said to me? She's like, Mom, I can send you a logo. Go to the shop and print these yourself. Because this don't make no sense. Yeah. Parents, we must be innovative and ingenious.
Yeah, so
it's the only way.
I plan to definitely use that and let's go ahead.
And I know that there are several parents on the live and beyond who would.
It was dry fit.
Patronize
dry fitting.
It was dry fit.
It's a limited.
What's the concept of dry fit? Help me understand.
It's shiny and it does last.
But why is it called dry fit?
I know it has something to do with sports.
I thought dry fit meant I would say dry.
No, it's just.
I know that now.
It's a little spandexy kind of material.
I was very confused.
It does work better.
I'm not a fan of dry fit. Anyway, Rashad, go read out.
Charles, yes, 11 p.m. that night. Because my post about it garnered a lot of attraction, so they reached out and called me. I understood, and they understood my stance that it was a poor choice of words, but I got to blame that building. I got to blame that building somewhere on. That building on somewhere on Thompson Boulevard that gave him that topic here, and he didn't do it on his own. Yep, and I think if you go back, that show was but 2 weeks ago. If you want to go back for those who didn't watch it, the reporter definitely he picked out enough for clickbait for teachers, definitely. But when you listen to the whole thing and read the entire thing, the entire thing in its entirety, I realized that it was not saying like exactly the way they picked it.
The sense wasn't that teachers aren't doing enough to do more. That wasn't the essence. But yeah.
Hey, so
maybe say spill the school tea. Listen, sis, I want it too. I want us to know. But apparently it's top secret. Julianne said her schoolmate, who is a teacher, said 2 places she won't be going this year is Above and Beyond.
It's 2 places we ain't going. We're not going above, not going beyond. It's not going.
We were doing a like a PD exercise at work, and they were talking about the traits of an excellent school. And somebody in our group said teachers that go above and beyond. Now, mind you, this guy was in charge of IT, and all the teachers on the table were like.
No.
I was like, your spirit ain't right.
Like above and beyond.
Right. Above and beyond. What does that mean? Like, what are the limits to above? What are the limits? Like, how far is above? How far above is above? And how far beyond is beyond?
Beyond what? How far? What is this beyond?
Listen, for me, as much as the spirit empowers me to do, glory to God.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Jodie Ann says, nothing like finding the right one to go along with you. When you get that school back up, I do not want to be the parent. I do not want to be the teacher who has to deal with some of these parents when they get aggy back to school. Who washing them tennis? Cassie, QTNA. Questions that need answers. Who could drop? I could drop them off at the office on Thursday. What you mean?
I know what I gave in.
To do what, Vera? The $42 to fly, apparently. For me, I want to know if it gives me superpowers. Say what? Michelle, it hurt my heart. It really did. It really did. And Stephanie Stille. All right. Julianne, she said Julianne Rowland, the pants $15, the set is $30. And them children is need one for every day of the week. My goodness. It's the material to absorb set. But listen.
Yeah. This is bad.
He will supply your needs according to his riches and glory. That has to be the word that we end with as we transition into the next section of our show. Parents, he shall supply.
Oh, yeah.
Though your vessel be empty. That's one of my favorite Kirk Franklin songs. He will supply. Though your vessel be empty. That's a nice song. It dries quicker when it gets wet. They use them for fitness wear. I feel like they have like different levels of dry fit though. Like different...
Like the texture and
different
like
qualities. Some dry fit is drier fit than some other dry fit.
It's a little drier.
It's like a drier fit.
Some of them a little drier.
Driest fit, drier fit, dry fit.
Dry fit.
You understand? Lillian says a public junior high school in the Eastern District sent my niece a letter home, but school just done, telling the parents she has to color her hair. I add it's a natural hair color.
I saw that there's a petition I saw going around that is trying to get rid of that whole. It's all like they have the uniforms and how strict they are uniform. I saw a video. I didn't save it because I didn't really care about it that much. But I saw this administrator talking about boys' hairs and how she if I could pull your hair, it's too long. Like it has to be short. I know certain schools now. I know when I was in school, girls couldn't do anything with their hair. It had to be natural. You no braids, no extensions. I know certain schools now.
Still have that.
Yeah, no. So there's certain schools now, like I know the school where you were, they allow like children have braids and all manner of mess. I've seen.
And listen, I was born, raised, educated, and then educated at Catholic schools.
Yeah.
I've been in faith schools my entire life. So for me, the whole your skirt to your knee is more of a suggestion than a requirement. Your hair can be any kind of how. That was a shock to my system. But over the last few years, I'm like, yeah, it really doesn't impact how the children learn at all. So my like training is like, ma'am, why do you have blonde ends?
Yeah.
But actually my practice is, it's not really that.
Did you do your homework?
It doesn't, because I think the argument is that when you have these strict uniform rules, you're instilling a sense of discipline, and it keeps order within the school. But I've seen you can have order in a school without that kind of, when we always give the children a topic of debate for and against having school uniform, and one of the main arguments is always going to be expressing individuality and your sense of personality and all those kind of things. And I'm getting it more and more like, actually maybe we should let the children do a bit more of that while they're in their formative years. When I was I think it was this is like post high school, I was like, no, keep the uniform, because uniform is better for parents. Because I was thinking, uniform, absolutely. Because I think in terms of like, you got to worry about what to wear and stuff like that. But when you look at the prices of uniforms, because one of the arguments for uniforms is that it levels the playing field between different classes and different levels, incomes, because everyone's wearing the same thing. You don't get judged for your tennis. That's a lie. But then your uniform is secondhand and yours is brand new. Let me tell you something. How it's a lie. $60. When I was in high school, my parents didn't believe in that whole spend a lot of money for uniform. Powerful. So my pants, for those who are of the Bahamian descent and a little older, you would know of the pants called Ocean Drive. Ocean Drive was a name brand of pants. That's what my pants was, Ocean Drive. And before they became so popular now, like after they started having like full suits, my pants were Dickies. Right. Dickies now is like, oh man, this is that's good what stuff. All the workers then wear. Oh, back in when I was still in high school, Dickies was like, so what pants you supposed to wear? Their guys were wearing Tommy Hilfiger white pants. To school? Wearing polo white pants, had nice shirts, and I was there. Ocean another thing Drive. About schools that have white pants as uniform, perplexing.
And I was there at
Mind
my Ocean Drive.
blowing.
And I remember that year when Dickies first came out with that cell phone on the side pocket.
Right.
And that's the year it took off. Everybody's like, oh, they got a pocket for your cell phone. These pants are nice. And I was like, no, they're not. These keep the same energy. But when I was getting teased for my pants, and I used to go to school in Skechers and lugs instead of Clarks. I had nice shoes from the Payless.
Were your pants always long enough for you, though?
Yeah.
I don't care what the brand is. Please don't let the child go up with any jacket pants.
And listen to me, one year, I lied, for about 2-3 years, my mom got my school shirts made. She was like, no, man, we can find the material cheap. We get them made. And one year I went to a dressmaker. She was sort of old. Let me tell my story. She was sort of old. Older lady. She went on to be with Jesus now. Bless her heart.
Free yourself.
And she remembered my mother coming in. She remembered the measurements. But somewhere along the line of sewing, I think she forgot that she was sewing for a boy. And so my buttons were on the neck side. And she used some nice little gold and pearl buttons on my CH Reeves green shirt, my prefect green shirt. She used some nice gold and pearl buttons, put them on the left side. And I went to pick up my school shirts the week before school opened. And she was like, no, but it still fits. I was like, Mom, this is a blouse.
No, please tell me you did not wear that to school.
Did not, man.
Okay.
Did not. Yeah, anyway. So that
because that's the kind of thing that scars a person for life. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say.
So that whole uniform thing of it being like that across the
right.
It's not the case. So I mean, and you can buy clothes and get nice clothes for $2, $3, stuff like that. So I think I don't have a problem with children appropriately dressing themselves in their own clothes. I don't have a problem with it at all. But definitely this whole thing of the hair thing is definitely a problem for me because I went to school, even at Aaron Bailey, with public school, we had some persons there that were of different, what's the word? Ethnicities, and their hair was allowed to be long.
Oh yeah.
It was allowed to be however they wanted it to be.
I think that's the biggest issue.
The biggest issue
is not
the biggest issue.
I said I blame the colonizers, but y'all don't want to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to talk about that.
Definitely was colonizers.
Yeah.
And so now,
I agree 100%.
So now we have their hair. Oh.
Listen.
Blowing in the breeze.
I have 2 students.
And that's males.
I have 2 students who are of lighter hue.
Lighter hue.
And listen to me. One is in my grade 8 class, one is in my grade 7 class. The 2 of them are literally just so brilliant. Like they are in a class of their own among their peers. But the 2 of them, this is how they sit in a lesson every lesson. So both of them have the biggest bang. It's huge.
How do you flip that over?
The hair can stop them. They can be good.
Yeah,
hair can stop them.
Your hair's a distraction.
Yeah, their hair's not a distraction. They'll be fine.
Yeah, so that whole idea of the uniform, and definitely about a female whose natural hair color, but you want to be black, I guess.
No. That's out of order.
That's outrage, and there should definitely be a news report on that. I'm waiting for the news report.
Call them out.
Because that has
Take
to be
them
called
to Bahamas News, my boy.
Call them.
Whoever.
Yes. Call Eyewitness News if you need number for them. I know somebody who works there.
On the topic of above and beyond, Angelica said the teacher took me to her house after school and worked with me to be better. No money, above and beyond. This is not expected, but thank God for that woman. She helped to change my life. Thank God.
Oh yeah. No, there are some amazing. I know of teachers at really that followed children home, like to see where they live because they had an idea that something wasn't right.
Right.
And I know tons of stories of teachers
I say this
way
all the
above and beyond.
time. I say this all the time. Nobody joins the teaching profession to be miserable, bitter, selfish. Nobody. It just isn't in the nature you can't have that nature to train, study, come throughout the other side and pursue a career in education and, be sour. So this idea that you got, miserable educators, most, if not all, are a product of some kind of mistreatment, lack of appreciation, doing a bunch of above and beyond and just ending up drained and empty at the end of the day. Because teaching, you've got to have that kind of heart. There's just you can't fake it. You can't fake it.
Yeah. No, you
can't fake
it. And I did not have it. I did not have it.
And when you know you don't have it, please
I was like,
exit stage right.
Excuse me, everybody. I got to head out to this education situation.
Shauna says at 2:00 this afternoon. Good day, everybody.
Good day.
Rashad said, Lillian Barrett, hair should be the least of our worries since the children lost 2 years of education. We need to get everything back in order and do our best to educate our children. It's time that we move away from frivolous things in education. I think that was one of the hopes during the pandemic, that we would come out with a greater sense of what is most important, what is most valuable. I did see a study. I don't know if I sent it to you. I saw a study in the New York Times that for, is it 9-year-olds, that the 2 years is equivalent to a loss of 20 years of progress.
Oh no, I understand.
So the dip that exists now in like reading and writing is almost like 20 years regression.
Wow.
So while they've lost 2 years of learning,
it's more in terms of
statistically, there's 20 years of progress has been lost, and that is wild. But my viewpoint on that: children are very resilient. Children are incredibly resilient.
All right, guys, skip some stuff. Cassie's like, if you kneel and your skirt doesn't touch the ground, it's too short. Oh yeah, so I sound like good old Our Lady's training, buddy.
I used to wear a kilt to school. My mum says that's why she believes I have an obsession with pleated skirts.
You wear a kilt?
I used to wear a kilt to school.
Nice.
Wrap it around, you got to put a pin at the bottom to make sure it doesn't fly open. A proper kilt.
Why?
It's Scottish school.
Oh, that's the uniform. The uniform.
Yeah, the uniform was a kilt.
Oh, yeah.
And a blazer. Nice. And a sweater and a tie.
Is there something that's over disciplining? Maybe that's why persons are extraordinarily free today.
What do you mean?
What do you mean by over disciplining and the extraordinary?
You mean in schools? Oh, so as a result of being over disciplined in schools, they grow up to become adults who just want to rebel.
Yeah, that can happen when you have those strong.
Possibly.
Yeah. Can we change the uniforms? I went to visit my babies in grade 1 and 2 and they were sweating bullets. After 49 years of independence, we are still wearing button-down shirts in hot rooms.
But Rashad,
once again, the colonizers.
And they do it everywhere in the world. When I used to go to Ghana, I couldn't understand why it was dressed. Why you're dressed like this?
Why are lawyers still wearing these?
Why are you guys not wearing shorts?
Full suits and go. Where are you
shorts
going?
And polo. Why are you
drinking tea?
Why you I tell you, I learned to drink tea in the Bahamas. Because all you're like say, oh, British, you don't a cup of tea.
A spot of tea.
A spot of tea. I drank more tea in the Bahamas than I ever drank in the UK. Y'all have a worse obsession with tea than we do.
No, the colonizers have definitely, like, why are we still wearing these? Why are we wearing suits? Do you know how hot it is here? Why are we wearing these things?
Mose Darville was among the kids who was coming to school in design.
Fancy, Tommy pants, buddy.
3 inches below your knee.
I'm
all for a skirt to the knee, though. I don't think I'll ever change my stance on that.
Skirt to the knee?
Yeah.
No, I think for female, I don't think it's British. I don't think you should mess with that whole skirt situation. That's just my opinion. You can say what you want to say. But
no, you can't say anything.
I know I can't, but I will say, I don't think you should mess with that skirt situation.
What do you mean?
If you're allowed them to wear the uniform, I don't believe you should allow girls to wear skirts.
Oh,
that's just my opinion.
Miss Mary says, in my day, we always had our uniforms made. The shirts too?
Yeah. Oh, my best shirts from Arm Billy and Prefect was my godmother made a shirt, and she was like she was trained by a designer way back in the day. I know, but she took her time with that shirt. That was the best thing shirt ever in my whole entire life.
It's nice.
Went to school with custom made shirts. Didn't pay a dime.
I say you gotta pick your godparents wisely. She had you pretty.
Ready to go, buddy.
They talking about your blouse.
My gold pearl
uniform blinged out. I mean, miss, what you mean you making a shirt for anyway?
Yeah, God bless you.
How you make that mistake?
Just agreeing down there in the Grove. Oh, God bless her.
No, he did not wear the shirt.
I did not wear the shirt.
Thankfully. I'm praying for this tight pants fad to go, because these pants I see these boys wearing have me feeling like an old lady, because I don't like it. Juliana, I suspect it's only going to get worse. Yeah. They're only going to get tighter, because now you got the grown men wearing tight pants too. So
tight pants.
Where's the hope?
Our pants used to be starched so much that they were sort of gunning because you just couldn't pull it down. But now they're intentionally getting these short pants that are like, or if not showing socks.
Now I'm that teacher. I have no tact. I have none. If your pants are too tight and you walk in my room and I'm shocked, I'm gonna let you know.
That's the style.
If your pants are gunning and you come in my classroom and I'm confused, I'm gonna let you know. Like, boss man, where are the rest of your pants? Like, why? Why are your pants so tight?
I know they do, which is so dumb to me. They buy the pants short for a reason, because they want to pull them down and let them sag. So we get the short pants.
Not our set. They just wear them short. Drop.
They just pull it up.
They just wearing it short.
That's one reason. It's European colonizers.
Anything that goes wrong today,
colonizers.
I said you was too fancy. No one was sharper than the boys in starch up white pants. Pace of
power. You better believe it.
M. Maria Varance or Varance. Listen, When I came here and I saw boys going to school in white pants, perplexion be what? I was confused.
Yeah, no.
I don't understand that.
And I mean,
And roads them dusty.
I was telling Robin yesterday. There were times where guys would go to school in short pants, their school socks and shoes on, short pants with their clothes in their hand. So to stay clean. So to keep it clean. So depends on how far they
that
walk.
Kind of conscientiousness I can appreciate.
Yeah, so how far they had to walk or catch bus, and their uniform in their hand. Change it before they get in the classroom.
Julianne says Dallas will cry because I ain't buying no tight pants. And Julianne, that's what it comes down to. Who bought a uniform? Who bought the uniform?
Yeah. It was interesting for me to see young girls with braids going to school. Would never happen in my school. Oh, yeah,
listen, in Ghana, you can even have hair. Period. If you went to private school, your hair couldn't be longer than that as a girl.
Oh, and as a girl.
My mom, my sisters all went to high school, had no hair.
Oh.
Like man cut, short hair.
I mean, what was the purpose?
That's just how girls had to have their hair.
Oh, that's different.
I think that was also a sign of you go to bougie school too, if your hair was short. But I think most girls had short hair. I don't know. I don't think it's still like that. I think
there was a school that had to retract their post because of that. You can't tell me that other children can do what they want with their hair and then tell my brown skinned child that he shouldn't grow his hair, especially if he can keep it.
Yep.
Lillian says we still have these children wearing these thick uniform skirts in this heat. Goodness gracious, man.
Goodness. And
gracious.
then on top as well, you don't have AC or fan in the class.
That to me is still like in 2022. Why is there so many schools that don't have ACs in the classroom?
AC is expensive, Delton.
Now, I do know. That's why
it's expensive to install. It's expensive to install. It's expensive to maintain.
Yeah,
just let the children wear light clothes.
Not really. Let's not straight out of
expensive in terms of power. These children just have the AC. Will just be having AC on all day long. But when my AC, bless God, I have AC in my classroom and I'm grateful for it. But I will be freezing and turn off the AC, keep the doors closed, keep the cool air. They'll just for the mere fact that the AC's off. Don't mind that it's cool in the room. Miss Wilson, why have you turned it off? Because it's not hot. That's why I've turned it off.
But no.
These children don't have any cares. No, you can't just let them run show and have AC in every classroom.
I believe. Thank God I grew up in the age of music, so every music room always had AC.
Music rooms still do have AC.
So I always had AC.
Because you don't want the instruments them to spirulate.
That's what they say.
Because I never got that. It's like there's nothing in this room that needs AC. It's just
we are special. So we want y'all to know that we are special. And so we have ACs in all our classrooms. Thank you very much. Even the choir rooms.
Now Julianne's apparently she feels like she's a co-host of the show because she said, did y'all see the pay scale Novi posted? I heard it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad. And we do have that to show. We do, right?
Huh? So my good friend
Julianne Roll, that blew my app. That blew my mind.
As we're trying to move the show along, because I know how we get here. How we get on
because it's news and reviews.
I know that now what y'all come for. But still, you're talking about school. You're too dumbness. We can talk about the school system. I know what y'all want to hear. No. But anyway, so my good friend of mine, Miss Novia Beer, former, I say friend like we read friends, but she taught me at one point. I know we became friends. Fellow clarinet player. She made a post. She released some court documents. Not really court documents, they're public documents, but she showed the salary scale for teachers, and some people were up in arms.
What do you mean some people? Everybody. Everybody, except for the people who made the scale, are up in arms.
I say everybody was up. Some people were like, all right. So the teacher pay scale, it went from this, and this is the most updated one. I think this is updated in 2016. Starts at about $25,000. A bachelor's degree starts you at $28,000. I remember it was 24. Let me say that. I remember this is a couple of years ago too. This is long. This is not that far away. Your starting salary is around 24. And I don't know if it still is. A teacher can correct me, but I still think there's a slight differentiation between females and males. I think males make a couple $100 more.
No.
Not anymore?
I refuse to believe it. Sorry.
No, they did it as an incentive to try to get males in the classroom.
Oh.
So that's why I wonder if it's still, the same way.
I know they've done that. They've done different,
so it wasn't like because you're a man, we can pay you more. But I know at one point they changed it to say all right, if you're a man, we'll give you.
They did that in the UK, handshakes. For men.
So that was an incentive to try to get males in the classroom. Did it work? No. They were like, I still don't teach. So I don't know if it's still the same now. Someone who probably in the system can probably verify if it is. But Rashad says it's still 25,200 across the board. Okay, so it's across the board. All right. So they says it starts at 25,200. And then I'd have the max on the sheet because it couldn't fit on the thing. But the max I think a teacher can make after probably about 30 or 40 years in the system, it's about $39,000 a year, which I think is the max.
The one to know if you posted was different.
That was
That was
an older one.
That was an older one. So this is the most recent.
This is the most recent pay scale for the teachers out.
What I will say is Bahamian teachers start off well.
Start off compared to
their starting salary compared to other countries is higher.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, that's even worse.
I started on less than 25 when I started teaching.
But when you started, we were less than 25 too.
No, this 2012. No. I started teaching.
No, this talking about 2016.
No, but they're comparing it to July 2012.
That's what the start.
The point is it hasn't changed.
Oh, you mean from all these years?
Yeah.
So when you started, it was 20. It was at
about 20, 21.
20. Yeah, thanks.
But it's pounds. It's probably similar.
Yeah.
After 30, the most you can make is for
40. Not 40.
Under 40.
Under 40. We ain't give you 40.
40K.
Yeah, 39 and change. You know, 39 and change. So social workers also came out. Someone sent me the social workers one. They start at 21,000, and their max that they can go at is 33,800. That's their max. That's where it stopped, with a bachelor's degree, and that stops at $33,000.
I don't even know what to say.
So a lot of these things, thanks to Nature, they said that to me now. She said the pay scale of social workers. So this is very shocking to a lot. I believe people had an idea that I heard teachers complaining about what the salary is, and I think it was a good wake up call to a lot. Now, will it change with the outcry? Because people always hear Annie Belinda threatening to march, and they be like, she always here making noise, talking about the teachers salary, teachers pay, teachers blah blah blah. And keep in mind, a lot of teachers still are doing work, and shout out to them. So people still didn't get paid since they got signed. People still missing and owed money that they don't get, but they still continue to come to work.
Contracts and things,
and they still come to work. So shout out to them.
Still come to work.
So I think hopefully this can change.
However, I think the shortage has hit this year in ways it hasn't hit in a long time. I have heard several stories of people who didn't turn up, schools that are short staffed as per school started and we still don't have a teacher for this class. Yeah. School started and we don't have a principal for this school.
A principal?
Yes, sir.
No, I know because there are some. I've been privy to some hidden conversations where people have approached me and it's like, you want to teach? It's like, huh? It's like, no, we need a music teacher. Like, you want to teach? It's like do I have to go through? There was one time a school offered me, a government school, and they was like, no, you have to go to the ministry. Just like the school itself will pay me. I think the school will pay me. How does that work out? They're like, yeah, trust me. Like, if you want to come teach, just come. So they were like, we ain't even going because we've been asking.
I didn't take it.
We've been asking. At that time, I was actually teaching somebody else at the time. That's why I was in teaching. And they were like, we would need a music teacher. We've already put in for teachers many times at the ministry. Ministry ain't sending nobody. Say they ain't had nobody.
But I was gonna say the ministry probably don't have anyone to send.
They were just literally asking musicians
to come in
and persons like that to come in, and they were like, don't worry about the ministry. The school will pay it, or probably hide it under some other bill that they sent to the ministry.
This is a whole salary.
And this was years ago. So now since the panorama and all these other things that are happening, where I know teachers who are like, yeah, I'm done. I know personal teachers who just I'm teaching more.
The amount of flyers for personal tutoring I have seen this year, I said, oh my goodness.
People are just done. They're like, yeah, no, we can head out.
Oh my goodness.
we go head out.
Oh dear goodness.
Yeah, so people trying to do. I see a person they left. They started a business during the pandemic while schools were closed. And you know what, this makes more sense than going back to teach. I mean, look at these pay scales. You're like, okay, I understand. So I've seen teachers who started doing these other side businesses and realized this side business it's making me more money, less stress.
Oh, that's a key factor.
Less stress.
More money.
Then have to deal with these things.
Stress.
And so they said, you know what? I want to stick with this.
This is a question I've had all my life. It seems to have come out of nowhere, but I feel like while we're here, let's talk about it. Terrell wants to know, and I want to know with Terrell, what's up with the white outline from the Shape Up?
All right.
The evidence of dry skin where the blade has been.
No, it's not dry skin.
So what is it?
So what happens? I don't know how did this topic even come up, Terrell.
This is like ladies, you're tuned in because this is like one of those secrets of the barbershop that we just don't know.
What happens if your barber is not as good freehand? They would do an outline for where they are to shape up. In a lot of instances, that's where it starts. So if you buy, like I have one of them, I have there's like a little guide, stuff that you can put on the side of your face to get a curve. You can put here to get a line. So what did they give you like a white chalk pencil. You put the thing there, you will draw the line, and then you put the blade on top of it, shape it up.
And that's how you shape it up.
And so usually they just wipe it off, but somewhere along the line, it became okay. Just leave it there. I don't know when that happened, but that became okay. Just leave it there.
You didn't hear what I say. What I thought it was. I thought it was the dry skin from the blade.
Yeah, and then sometimes so it'll be like a little chalk pencil, or they'll use like powder.
That's like a woman going to get her eyebrows done. Chalk pencil to get the shape, and then you take the picture with the chalk pencil still on your face. Somebody call it out.
So yeah, that's what that normally.
That was a real true digression, and I apologize, but honestly, that was some curiosity I needed to have. I needed to satisfy that curiosity. We're gonna whip through the comments real quick as we wrap up this segment. That is me, boss. Why are your clothes so tight? Okay, bet. Pull your pants up, bro. He was livid, but we were cool afterwards, though. We sat on the ground to eat in our whites. Jody tells me stories of sitting on the floor with a white skirt and going home with a skirt that was still white. I don't know how that's possible. I'm not sure. I can't even keep a pair of jeans clean and then a white skirt. Despite all the crazy things the kids are wearing today, the one that really irks me is wearing hoodie jackets in this weather. You know what? I always see that as an insecurity thing. Yeah, I tend to find.
I was going with. I was gonna say this now.
I always find that it's they. Like,
for me, as a fat person, because you got to open this. As a fat person, it was a comfort thing for me because I did which grade was that? I was gonna remember the grade. I think it was 11. Like grade 11, I think it was. Year 10 or 11. One of those two. Where like I was in a hoodie, but I kept on wearing like the windbreaker. And it's like, why is it still on? Like Christmas is.
It's a security thing.
I feel like
it says like
I felt comfortable.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't look as big in this.
They get to the point where they're insecure with their bodies. Some of the skinnier kids who don't feel like they're they getting
wear
body.
Big thick one.
I can see the kids who have gone away over the summer and developed insecurity because they're sitting in my lessons like this.
Yeah, so
telling me to cut on the AC. Make it make sense.
Like no, take off.
And I've learned that for a lot of them, it's a confidence thing with the hoodies and the.
I wish. Devin was here. Tell Daniel to tune in because I don't know if you saw my nephew recently.
Oh yeah, it happens.
But you remember when he came by the house? Always the other day saw him guns out.
Guns out. Wife beater. What's these?
Out in the streets.
What's these?
But for years on that, always hoodie, always.
But do you know what?
Sweater.
I wonder if that body pressure for boys was there when I was in school to have like muscles. I feel like that's a new thing.
Not for muscles, but I think I know for sure fat boys. The fat boys definitely.
Because now it's like not just being about big or small; it's about like being chiseled. And I was like, but in school, you're not supposed to be chiseled.
They don't work out, but they do push-ups.
Yeah, I think that's a newer thing. AC in all government corporations, says Angelica. Terrell Glinton, leave them kids with their white powder out now.
Yeah.
They want you to see that they shape up. It's crisp, but it just doesn't look. Anyway, they don't know how. I don't know how they bathe and keep it there. Same way a woman is bathed and keep her lashes on or keep her eyebrows drawn.
Keep their whole makeup done. Their whole face makeup. That's bad, right on there.
Beats. But one, you believe that she clean. All right then. Put AC in the classes. These kids will be sleeping all day. No, I think he makes you more weary.
Right.
He makes you more drowsy. Jesus. The cold keeps you sprightly. The AC could put them sleep. That's not true. They don't sleep in music. Actually, I don't know. Teachers and nurses make similar, but teachers make more than nurses. Oh, goodness gracious. That's public documents, Delton. Teachers make crumbs, but should go the extra mile. Rashad, not after you got a personal call.
After you got a personal call.
Are you still flinging around this shade? No, I thought y'all was cool. I thought y'all settled that. That's rich people money. It's still 20. Okay, we already read that. 29. Just under 40,000 is the maximum. You could see someone sat on a board and said you can't give them a penny more
40?
than 40K.
No.
39.
Give them 39. No, man, let's do 40. No, 40.
40. No. That's a whole new tax bracket.
Yeah, 39.9. That's like 39.9. That's right there.
Julianne said her first job out of school was $20 0.9K. It was an entry level, and she didn't have a degree. And I'm pretty sure that where Julie started working, the space for, what's the word I'm looking for? Elevation, promotion was, there's a lot more space for it too.
Yeah.
I can't even chuckle because the physiotherapist salary scale is in that neighborhood, same street even. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
And that's why I struggle with the whole the lucrative nature of getting a government job.
The pension, and really what it is, it's a poverty mentality, poverty mindset, because the government job is guaranteed loan. So you get that mindset of, I can always go to the bank and get some money for something that I want. And that's your parents' mentality. Your parents are always trying to you get a government job, now you get anything you want. Not like you could buy it. Not your own personal money.
You just live it.
You can go to a bank,
and
you can go to a car lot.
Pay those loans off your whole life.
You go to a furniture store and let's pay, you wait for government, hey, salary deduction, let's go. That's a guaranteed thing because the government always can get paid. So you get a short salary, you get some benefits for the little pension thing. Hopefully NIB don't run out of money, you get some NIB benefits, and you can get loans and things like easy. And then I guess some certain corporations, stuff like that, you work for the armed forces or one of those, and you get insurance too. Got a government job. Oh, yeah, I'm getting a goalie. Wear your hoodie. Wear your hoodie, man.
Julianne says, and still spending hundreds of dollars to decorate their classrooms. That ain't right. Oh, I bind up that spirit. I stopped that. This year I spent $18 on my class. I spent $18. That's how much I spent to decorate my class. That spirit.
Hang on, I finished.
It's lifted off of me. And to be honest, I only learned that when I came here. That was never something I had to do before. Never something I was accustomed to. This idea that teachers spend hundreds and hundreds to decorate their classroom. I think that's very like American, this side of the world. Where we come from, it's kind of like the school's going to order what you need.
Oh, I mean, that's how it should be. And I as an educator, I realized that in certain areas, in certain aspects, the school, the ministry does have these things free for your classroom.
So what happened?
I remember there was a time when I was teaching in the public school system.
So teachers are spending their money in win?
I had the opportunity, something goes wrong, somewhere along the line, the little trails of something that should happen. I remember when we went to a particular building where the certain ministry is held, and there was like trailers outside. What's those trailers? And they were like instruments. Just sitting in trailers. And this time we were there like trying to repair instruments, trying to get instruments for the students, and there was just trailers. Somewhere along the line, like there are things that the ministry, something that they get, like poster boards and paper. And you saw like you went to use that day at the school we had, the churches at, and they had papers there. Like papers were there. And they would announce like teachers, whoever you need, you come to the office. So certain schools, they bully their way to make sure that they get what they get from the ministry.
Right.
And there are certain things that the ministry that they just slap upon.
I think most teachers spend their own money to just get around the red tape. Like forget the processing, the wait. If I tell you the hustle I'm hustling right now, you all would talk bad about things.
So so the ministry does I think there's a horrible job of the whoever that little team is that's supposed to get things out. And then sometimes there's ministry that doesn't provide what they need to provide. That also is the case as well. But that's me talking from old story. I know how it is now. That's me talking 10 plus years ago.
We have a massive shortage of teachers, Rashad is saying. That was told to him personally by who he won't say on this line. Rashad, you are very well connected. Glad to have you as a part of the DGMT family. Yeah. But I think the shortage of teachers is just evidence from people's posts online. Like, we need this teacher, we need that teacher. Yep. Stories I'm hearing of, schools with no principal or vice principal, Delton.
Wow. A whole school?
A whole entire school with no principal or vice principal.
Sometimes I say, why are y'all so short? This is something I've been showing and telling for a while. Also, that 24 started at...
What you reading?
There's someone sent me a private text.
Okay.
Also, that 24 started with deductions you had no control over. So when you got that 24 and you started with, there are certain deductions that you had no control over. You think that is shocking? Imagine having a bachelor's degree in teaching and you go and pursue a master's in guidance counseling, which you need a master's to be a guidance counselor in a government school. And the minute you switch over, your salary is less with a master's degree. So if you are a teacher and you go get the master's degree because you want to be a guidance counselor, with the master's degree, you earn less.
You didn't know that? They didn't know that before they went to get a master's degree?
Yeah,
I said this when I first started studying, and I So I said, earning more money can never be for me, that can never be the motivation to do a master's. That requires too much of my energy, my personal investment, to then be dependent on somebody else paying me for what I've just done. It has to be, for me, motivation to further study has to be intrinsic. It cannot be
extrinsic.
It can't be extrinsic, because those factors after the panorama, can't trust anything. Everything is fleeting. The scenes of life are swiftly changing.
Persons go on and say a former co-worker of mine left the profession, and I must say what they go be making a week is the same amount you just make a month.
No,
so they left, and I understand. When I leave, I won't hear nothing to say
Listen
from
to me.
wealth without classroom stress.
Let me sit up in the chair while I say this. DGMT is, I'm going to look straight in the camera. DGMT is, I have been an educator for 11 years. I'm an excellent teacher. I have come across very few students and parents that do not like me. My students get excellent grades. I am graced for this. If I find a job that pays me in a week what I get in a month, I'm gone. And I'm not looking back. I'm not looking back to the students. I'm not looking back to their parents. I'm not looking back to the school. You will ask me if I was ever a teacher. I'll tell you no. If that's the price I have to pay, I've never been an educator. Me? Did you get that?
Teach.
What's that?
Children.
Teach. You want to pay me in a week what I get in a month? I'm gone. In a hot sec.
What about the children?
And
what about the babies? What about the babies?
And me and Jesus will have to grapple. Me and Jesus will have to grapple.
What about the babies?
We'll have to fight.
Miss Wilson, what about the chocolate for Teachers Appreciation Week?
Teachers Appreciation Week. You know, there's some people in the world who don't even know that's a thing. I'll become one of them.
You forget.
Those people who don't even know what it is to have a summer holiday, I will be them. I will become like them. What? In a hot sec.
Julia, she's still on the fence. Concerning teaching talent, she saw it that night. That's I talk about the hair thing.
I mean, Julie, there are private institutions.
The private scale is higher, starting?
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know the entire scale, because I think private schools are also a little bit more surreptitious with their scales, because they're not required to publish whole scales.
It's standard either.
Exactly.
It's not like a standard scale.
Like, based on where you come from,
and
your experience, it's all very,
and your accent.
It's slightly negotiable.
If you have a good accent, that's not Bahamian.
All right. So again, I feel like there's space.
I know some private school teachers that are making way below $20,000. That they like an entry point. I mean, they go higher. Certain, so it all depends on the private school too, I guess. Apparently, the wearing of hoodies is a fashion aesthetic. The kids told me.
I think it is aesthetic, but then I think there are children that are hiding behind it. Let me tell you.
Like Shannon says, the fat boy mentality.
Hi, Shannon. So let me tell you something. We had a training, and we had a wellness session in our CPD, and they were talking about the masks, and they were saying, this is like a psychologist comes and she does it every year, and she was talking about the fact that as we emerge out of the pandemic, one thing we're going to start to notice is that when mask wearing is not mandatory anymore, we'll find that there are students who are still wanting to wear masks. And everyone's like, okay, cool. And one of my colleagues said that she offered her class the opportunity to go outside and work so that they could take off their masks, and students came and said, I'm not ready for that. Like, I'm not ready. The level, it's provided them with a level of cover up. They don't have to be self-conscious because their faces are covered. They, pimples are covered. Features of their face. Features of their face are covered. So this idea that the hoodies are an aesthetic.
Not a mask.
Some people are just hiding, but they've turned an insecurity into an aesthetic.
It's not a mask will be a thing now.
And she came to me that she was like, I'm shocked that this is like a real life problem.
Yeah.
There are kids who, and especially when you're a teenager, acne and puberty and all those kinds of things that come with it, wearing a mask, and my teacher doesn't have to see my face, and when I roll my eyes,
like laugh, like I do things behind the mask.
I could do.
Chew my little gum. Chew my little gum slowly.
Not in my
classroom. There's an idea now. I just can't be going out wearing hoodies and heartless heat.
Nah. I can't speak.
Yeah, you call it names, man. I ain't got nobody
to speak to that.
I said some don't have good insurance. So
this is for government workers.
Yeah.
Listen, oh my God, we are here.
Sure, they do that.
You see all these comments, sis?
That's why I get it, because we ain't get to ding it. I am just trying to understand how this country is one of the top most richest countries in the world, yet our pays are subpar. Teachers are incredibly important and are pivotal to our nation's future, yet we are treated like a step.
The Bahamas is one of the richest countries in the world?
I think if you do per capita, like stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Education here isn't like an abusive. I mean, if you not even think of per capita, like a lot of money passes through this country. Like, don't stay like that. Definitely passes through.
Do you know it's one of the most expensive places to live? That one I was aware of.
Yeah. Education here is like an abusive relationship, hoping for change, but not realizing that we are ended up. Not realizing that we are ended up hurt every time. It's never ending cycle. That's the reason I am leaving soon. See, Rashad, about to go to. I know. I have a particular sister-in-law who been gone now for the past 2 years. She just happened to still be there. A particular sister-in-law.
Now let me tell you,
she been leaving for years.
The thing, and I always say this is a sad truth about teaching. It's like a trap. It's a trap because many people who go into teaching, that's all they know to do. And because it is something that is so passion-driven, is so vocational, when people say I'm leaving, they mean that with all their heart, but there's no horizon. A lot of teachers don't have a horizon. And for me, for a long time, I was that teacher. I was like, if I'm going, where am I going?
To go and do what?
Going to do what? Now, thank God he's like renewed my mind and my belief in what I can achieve and things that I can create, because the creator is in me, and so I can create things that and they will prosper. I believe that now about myself. So I'm at the point where I don't even need something. I don't need a backup plan. I will go if I feel, time is to go. But it is really, I can't even count on 10 hands how many teachers I've been speaking to, and they're like, yeah, I'm gone. This is it for me. Next year they come back, it's like, I didn't know. I didn't know where to go. I was going to do or where I was going to go. And it sucked because you'd get there. It's like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And you just, it's a sad rigmarole. So I'm praying for all those teachers that are taking the brave step to leave education, especially those that are believers, that you are led by the Spirit, that you are strengthened by the Spirit, and that whatever you do prospers.
Amen and amen. Rashad, today had a fire and talking about it. It's always like the authority that he just walks in with. He's just walking like, hey, oh sorry.
First of all,
he's like, sorry guys, I'm late. Like, first
of all, you know what, guys? Excuse me. I'd like to apologize because at the beginning of the show, Telsey was talking about my glow up, Terrell was talking about my fashions, and I gave Delton's little curly hair a shout out, but I did not shout out his new shirt. I didn't shout out the pineapple shirt.
You can't see it.
You can't see it, but you need to see it. You need to see it. Delton's wearing a pineapple shirt, and the reason I've recalled this to my mind is because the bishop has just entered the room, and he too is wearing one of his new fashion shirts. So everybody's feeling funky and fashionable in here today, and so I want to shout out.
You have
no, but the people they called mine out. That's what the thing. We didn't call yours out because
I can't see the pineapple.
I couldn't see it. So let's wrap this up. Because this is an hour and 17 minutes in, and we ain't even talk about what the people them talking about on the street. Oh, Father God. Oh, no, we done been here. We done been there. We done been there, and we done move on.
I didn't call her name at all.
Yes, having a government job is a serious mentality. I know a lady that just left her job where she was making $1,000 per week to get a government job, paying $1,000 per month. No way. They're wearing the right things. Definitely. For PD?
For those who don't know, some of the skimming.
No, I don't think so.
German past that.
And then they say predominantly white, so I was at limited things in it. But now the other place is all white.
All white.
Yeah.
Tasia, that's true. I said Tasha. Sorry, is it Tasha?
Tasia. I go Tasia.
And Ferguson, morning to you, honey. She says she knows somebody who left 1,000 per week for 1,000 per month because it was government and it would open. That's scary. That's scary. You turn off your mic if you having private conversations. They had a fire, Delton. Those I don't know.
No, he's talking about the stuff that the government had, like in
those things burned down, bros. Schools have to get some things themselves. Okay, 600 plus teachers in Jamaica left the system in the country this summer. I've read some of the articles and seen some of the comics about that. Jamaica's definitely in a teacher crisis. It's everywhere. To be fair, this thing about teachers being underpaid and underappreciated is a chronic issue. Only in the UAE and in Asia, that is not an issue or a problem. Where teachers... What do I think is a good salary for teachers? I think it depends on the cost of living. I think that depends on any salary. I think in the Bahamas, cost of living, for me, as a teacher at a private institution, having this many years of experience, I think a good salary is about 45 to 50K.
I'll put my start at
Living in the
40,
Bahamas. But that's a teacher who's going to clock in at 8 and clock out at 3.
I put my start at 40.
40 grand a year. Because I was hearing that.
You mean starting salaries for teachers?
Yeah, coming
at 40?
Coming with a bachelor's, starting at 40.
Coming in?
Yeah.
I think I've been in the system too long.
Huh?
We over engineers. I mean, I answer the point of what they're saying.
What internet started with a bachelor's?
Who's getting the bishop's talking? No mic, no video, nothing.
As an engineer, you come into the system. I think it works. I think to be honest, I want back in my time. It was like start at 28.
28.
Yeah.
That's what. That's a bachelor's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's well, not like a professional. Professional is what started. You have
mid 30s.
I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Oh.
The ceiling in the government system. Probably somewhere in mid 40s. I don't know. Probably we get to.
So you guys can't hear what the bishop is saying. They're talking about engineer salaries because the bishop is asking what is a reasonable salary. Let's get through these comments because there's like thousands of them before we. It's called a hyperbole. It's called an exaggeration.
One of your DGMT has texted me this morning. I know he hasn't been on a long time. Dr. Carlos Thomas.
Yeah.
So he texted me. I can't tell him to come on because I don't know what time he's coming on.
We don't talk about this.
I know. I want to say that.
We don't talk about this morning, and I'm going to tell you what I.
Because he was a very big fan of yours.
I'm going to tell you what I told the saints. I will not be bullied. I will not be pressured.
I was going to say, man, your girl, he's so enamored by you. You're brilliant.
Powerful.
And he thought Delta was me. He said.
Anyway, public service announcement. She will lift them up in prayer. What do you mean? What's that?
That's one to say that someone.
Is that when I said I would leave?
Come here, son, other day. It's like,
Wow.
like, hey, you Bishop son? Yeah, no, I'm not.
Now you got this curly hair. So what mess? Students told me they wear the hoodies because they do not want to iron. That's also true. That is also true that they do not want to iron their clothes. When I was in school, we had to wear a V-neck sweater over our shirts. We just used to iron the collar.
Of course. I mean,
iron the collar, iron the top. Come on, these children ain't being creative.
Not the party. You wear jacket.
And that ain't even politics yet. Yeah, because if your boss, principal, Ministry of Education don't like you, then you can't get a raise. It's too much. When you take the job that pays you in a week what you used to make in a month, Bahamians will still judge you. The story of nurses who migrate. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
A lot of money goes to tourism and politics. That's where to get a job. I know people in tourism making plenty money. Are they in Are they in the Ministry of Tourism? Or are they just in the tourism industry as per hotels and all that kind of stuff? Because that would make a difference. Julianne says, LOL, I was guilty when I used to wear a vest at school. I would only iron the collar and the sleeves. I mean, that's logic to me. That's not even delinquency. That just makes sense. Delton, I type in as you talk. The fire comment was in reference to the ministry having resources for teachers. Outside of furnitures, you have to get things for yourself. Bonkers, sorry. Janae, until she get a heat stroke. So they talking about Kaya wearing this hoodie. Leave the girl, yeah? Yes, it's true. She says that she is able to get a loan faster with her government status. That's bizarre. That's scary, but it is, as we said, a mindset. I'm here battling the brothers, so I'm about to tap out for the show. I'm about to tap out and hand over DGMT to Pastor Denzel. And no, it's fine, but it just means I'm running the show by myself. That's fine. I'm gonna hand it over to you. That's okay. That's cool. We're at the end of the comments. So DGMT is we're transitioning into the final portion of our show. Listen, the tea is hot on the streets, and we just can't pretend. I would love to pretend. I would like to pretend that all is well and the saints are wonderful. That's how I would like to. All is well, wonderful. That's what I would like to pretend. All right, so I would like to pretend that ain't nothing gone down. Everybody acting with sense, but apparently, which is what my mother would say, time out. Hold on. Short commercial break.
Talk about yourselves. All is well. Hey guys, welcome back to the show.
All right. So what happened was the
Yeah.
cup of tea got empty and the bishop just poured some more hot tea inside it. Oh,
Anyway, guys.
no. Leave that alone. You agree? You think that's what it is?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, guys. So anyway, for those.
Anyway. Yeah, no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Of course not.
So this week, honestly, last week, as I said earlier on in the show, last week, Delton and I had a hot show lined up. But based on what's happened this week, we can't even remember what we were going to say last week because so much has already gone down. So listen, we need to talk about what the Saints have been talking about.
So Dana's here now. Pastor,
Dana knows is here. And Dana says, I have never seen so many facial expressions in 30 seconds. I'm expressive as a person. No way. Y'all are shameless, you know. Y'all will be on this live and wait till we say what you want to hear and then you will now pop up. No good morning, no good afternoon. Poor etiquette. Junior Scott, I'm calling you out. So you don't know how to greet anybody here.
he comes with a fish.
How did you just pop up just in time for
Piranha season?
You could sniff the fish from miles away.
Oh boy, man.
Woo! Jesus. All right.
Anyway, guys.
Fishy. Yeah.
Anyway, guys. So. What? Anyway, so what happened throughout this the week? What took the social media world by force and by storm?
Delton, we're going to cover this one thing and leave it for the show.
And leave it?
There's too many other things that we want to talk about. Let's get this one and be done.
All right, so.
What kind of things?
I'm a piranha. Then the Amazon.
So we. So yeah.
I have never seen that clip associated with this.
Oh, that was me, man. That's what my status. That's what on my status. That's what my status.
Delton, you did that. Delton, you become one of them. You know when we talk about the internet, when people say, "Oh, the internet is savage," the internet always wins. Delton is now part of the internet.
No, I clip something from Fire Nemo. You remember what it is, too, if you see it.
Moby say the way you're behaving, she feel like she watching church on the stream when Pastor Delton has put his mic down and no one knows what he's saying. Put the man of God on the video camera and put on you okay, just leave the mic there and don't say nothing. That's fine. Leave the mic there, don't say nothing.
So
I missed that completely.
Oh no, I posted yesterday.
I was busy taking out my braids, and when I do that, I'm very focused.
Oh no, so you remember Fire Nemo?
I'm a piranha. Then the Amazon.
Over.
I
play it again. Do you know what kills me about that video? And I don't know if everybody picked up on it.
That's just very brave.
It's the whole thing. Oh, I missed it.
Woo! Jesus.
She's racist as well.
I talked to the Lord before I came to the church and I said, Father, I need to keep my heart pure. Season my words.
All right. So do we need to play the video? I think everybody's seen it.
Play the video.
All right. So here's what took the world, the Bahamian world by force.
I want to see could take the world.
They say good things come from the east. I had to let him know. See, when you hit this, I had to ask him. I had to let him know. I had to let him know piranha season going on down there. It is piranha season down there. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing to me. Y'all like, Pastor, I have to keep it real because y'all ain't gonna understand. Lord, Mr. Dean looking like, I have to tell you the truth. This is what it is. Listen, I come to shield and I come up here to look like I super religious. I tell you.
All right. That was a piece of the clip. Oh yeah, give it a plug.
And I must credit the Saints because oftentimes when these things happen, we come on DGMT, it's like, it was a sound bite, it was a snippet. Y'all just take things out of context.
Yeah.
Oh no. The Saints went to find the full-time live. Delton, you could play the next one. The person who did the
I
You know, she was on talk show. Somebody else talk show.
yeah.
She was on thing
On
yesterday.
Empress.
She was on Natural Empress yesterday.
Oh, we can say that natural. I know we can say that.
I mean,
I mean, it's out there. It's on the live.
Huh?
I see what station it was.
Okay.
She was on Natural Empress show yesterday. She also came. She did a live the day afterwards as well.
She did live today.
I mean, the day afterwards. She
Maybe
just,
Say
for
she
the
packing her
suitcase?
bags and she gone.
no, that's what she was saying. That she tried to explain that she ain't Juanita buying them. She ain't this person. She just being her, and this is who she is. And
I missed
she
that.
just being real. Yeah, she did a live the day
After
after.
Empress.
No,
No.
after she did this first video.
All right,
That was the
when
suitcase
did
one.
happen?
That's the same suitcase one.
Oh, she's going to Eddie.
I think, yeah. When she said she leaving, that's the same one when she
Oh,
say
I don't
when she
watch the
said that
dance,
it's
I probably
opened
was.
up international. People talking about her badly, and now she's
Oh, I
getting
mean, with the
international.
thing with the magazine, something like that.
something.
I think that was not a live. That was in the same day. That
Oh,
one.
Jesus, it's a
It's
lot of
so
lives.
unfortunate. There won't be a one-on-one. Probably for another 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Oh,
It's a crying shame.
Look, it's the
But thank God you right here.
Gulf installation services this Monday.
yeah.
You know, we had.
You're pretty
I had
much close
to
to
preach
your
I had to preach last Monday.
You're pretty much close
So-
to it.
Oh, so
I just
No,
want to
I-
add, Pastor Aquino's busy, yeah. Because he could come right now. We could knock this out of the park. He can come right now.
One
He
shot-
can take his seat right here, Delton. Delton, you can put stuff on the screen.
Oh, yeah,
Pastor
right
Aquino
there.
be right here.
Right
Lean back in his chair. Swing around, and we could get
See,
this.
I want
we
to have
could
the
knock this out the
conversation.
park. Pastor, then you're gonna make this too-
no.
too-
I won't do
too
it. That's what I'm
soon.
saying. That's why I don't do it. I'm gonna say this and let y'all talk because whatever I say will probably kill the whole thing.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So I won't.
Yeah, don't kill it yet. We allow
So-
it.
Kill it, yeah,
I'll-
kill it at the end.
I'll just be you right now. I can just be Denzel and Kiki.
Yeah,
Kiki?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
can
what we
Kiki.
I can
want.
join Kiki.
But then
Yeah.
we need you to be Pastor Denzel
I don't know if
at
I
the
want to do
end.
that. I don't know if I'll do the Pastor Denzel.
No, you're gonna have to because there's gonna be no one-on-one. So we need to do it.
Actually, I think I have a close friend. I can play the close friend afterwards.
Oh,
Um,
I don't trust
So-
Delton. If you say have a close, I don't trust it.
no, so that took place.
Any
at-
old fashioned in there, or in colorful crazy
I think when it
things?
comes
No,
to
something in there.
Just
Something
wild
old-fashioned
old.
in there. But it's
Holy.
No.
Why you say like that? But what? I can't.
no, it's not glazed. It's like the
No, he
I
wanted
like
to
All right,
he
okay,
wanted-
yeah.
he wanted old-fashioned.
I want old fashioned.
Yeah, so that took the nation by storm, and people were all up in arms and saying that what kind of woman of God she was. People did a lot of jokes. There was one that went very viral with a male dressed up as herself. I didn't save that one. Apparently,
Okay.
if you want me to say that, no,
I have a question.
go ahead, sir.
Did she create that piranha concept, or that's something that was out there in the streets?
Oh no, it's the streets
I
now.
mean-
I have never heard
it was
anybody.
new to me.
Yeah, I've never heard.
I
No, I
have
Of
just want to know.
never
I was like, that's
Like if
that's
it
an
is it a
interesting
reference?
concept.
Is it a
No, I try to be a Denzel, so you don't would be Denzel. I just try to figure.
To
Did
me,
you create this
interesting
on
cut.
the spot?
call message Pastor Kino? Tell him it's an emergency.
No, I am not passionate like Denzel. it.
No, tell him he's not gonna come now. He can take like 5 hours. By the time he reaches,
No, but if
me
he-
and
if he
Delton
come,
can
he be at
switch.
9 o'clock.
We
I
can
never-
switch positions. You're gonna have a quick one-on-one to end this. I'm dead serious.
Y'all can
The
understand?
Saints, listen, the Saints on the live. They're hungry.
I just want to know
We
if
getting
anybody out
one-on-one
there-
views level.
Can I
level
ask?
views
Can I
today.
ask your people them? Have they heard of this piranha
I
concept?
really
before?
don't
I have
glean
never
from
heard
any of the reactions that this is a
anybody
thing.
Ever
Because a
refer
lot
to
of
themselves
people-
as piranha,
Because there were many people that tried to break down the metaphor, and it still doesn't make sense.
as a man, as a
Why
flesh,
would
as a
you-
flesh eating.
Why?
I'm
Why
saying,
have
'cause
you
I mean, if
chosen
you're a
that?
piranha, that means like this one and done.
You dead.
If you fit this, I'm
I'm a head out.
No, I'm trying to. I've really tried to intellectualize. I'm trying to,
Holy
you know.
Ghost.
Holy Ghost.
Oh,
Swear.
Holy Ghost.
Let me play it. Oh, Jesus. Let me play it. They don't play no more. They know why they don't play.
Yvette says she don't get this mix up.
Oh, Holy Ghost.
Julianne has confirmed that was a Pastor Quinty original.
Yeah, Pastor Quinta.
Wow.
Uh,
Hold on. No. You all ain't gonna do this to DGMT.
somebody said piranha is a very necessary skill. That's what Angelica said.
No, I just don't understand. I mean, you know,
No, I think everyone was equally as perplexed as you. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody out there's like, oh yeah, I've heard that before.
It was
No,
like,
I
oh yeah,
think
that's me too. I
that's
ain't nobody
why-
say me too.
I think that's why this got such airtime, because it was a confusing reference, and then when people tried to understand the reference, it was then inappropriate, and it's like, what message are you conveying? I think the question here is, because I don't see anybody, nobody that I follow on social media has defended it. I think let me talk about what the the chat in the women's groups
It's the
are.
locking down nature of the piranha.
Who's
That's Jody. Jody says the locking down.
so? Hold on, you're a very good English literature student. The writers say Jesus wept. 59 interpretations. I see what you're doing here. So Mopey says she's heard it biting before.
Yeah, no, the biting one
So
is.
maybe that's the vision she has in her mind when people say that.
I just don't even understand that. I don't know. That's scary for me.
That's about as scary.
Let me tell you what the women's chats were
It's not very
saying.
inviting. It's very
The women's, the
No, it's not-
female
that's not
chats,
inviting. It's not
the
inviting at
female
all.
chats, the honest female chats among the female friends who talking things in their chats acknowledge that women talk like that. Less Christian women, some married, some single, talk that way and may express themselves that way. Whether that's appropriate, we can just think for a different day. But I think the issue was she could have been speaking to women that way, and there would have been maybe a more appropriate forum. The type of women she was talking to, that it was more private, that it was a conference about relationships. Maybe there was a forum where that might be
that definitely
okay.
That definitely is a form.
The
that
bottom
totally
line
appropriate.
is, y'all, I said this last time, y'all is let this live foolishness catch you off guard. Too much personality, too much men and women of God wanting to be. It's more about your personality and your truth and how you are than about preaching the word of God, and you get yourself catch. And when you get yourself catch, instead of humbling yourself and apologize, you want to defend it. No. You were on the live and you run your mouth. You went too far.
You doing me?
Pull it back.
I was saying it's not like you doing the boss that.
What? We supposed to be kicking in. You closing it off? You doing
Oh,
what you
okay.
told me to do?
I mean, I don't feel like anyone's going to disagree with me. No, you.
Yeah,
wouldn't
but I
be
thought you
greedy.
wanted to ventilate it and kiki and
What?
but
What is to ventilate?
you know
What is to ventilate? What can be ventilated?
I mean,
you want us to,
I mean,
you want us to break down this?
the piranha to consume it, so
break
you really
down-
can't ventilate the ball.
Ain't nothing friendly. That's not dead.
I mean,
That
it's-
ain't it.
see what I know. See, I guess when I think about the piranha, I'm thinking about a devourer that there's nothing left. You know, I mean, you terrified of piranhas. You just,
Yeah, those things are nothing that you won't catch them.
right. You know,
I'm not sure she knew what piranha.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think
I
she
wonder if
meant
she realized
Piranha. I think she just meant.
I think she wanted to
meant
say
like a
that this right here is deadly.
fish with a strong.
She wanted to say this right here.
Oh, maybe that's
this
what it
here.
was.
This deadly. You mess with this.
Yeah.
This deadly.
But then, see, I
She
guess
was saying like the Bible said the day you taste this.
Okay.
You
Surely die.
surely die.
that's that tree in the garden.
Yeah, the day you taste this,
Surely die.
you should surely die.
See, because it's like you say, this a rattlesnake. This is the thing coming to your mind, but a rattlesnake.
Dead.
This is a cobra.
You surely die.
Dead. You
You
know
know what you said?
this is a poodle. Oh, it's warm and cuddly. You know, what do you like? There's certain connotations, certain things that come to your mind when you hear certain things.
I think we don't know what connotation came to her mind. I think that's the problem. Regardless, it's not for the life. Not for the life.
It's not for the life.
It's not for the
I think
life.
that's the part that I think everybody sort of agrees with in the whole scheme of life.
Anyway, because I feel like outside of the comment, like, is it appropriate? No, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. The question is, where to from now? Like, it's happened. It's out there. The people that are talking about it, the Saints have had a kiki. Delton himself has joined the internet and has his own separate meme. I must. My chest is still hurting on that one.
I'm a piranha. Then Amazon.
Put that away. Let me. Oh my goodness, Julianne. Julianne said it's the best really from the East. Should it be described as a piranha?
Next time on Church
Wilding Out. I love it. Church Wilding Out. And I think that was the thing. Like,
I know Phil's talking about the Western move. I know
it was the whole thing, like the best in the East. It was like, mom.
Phil started
You
a
know
song
when you-
talking about the West End. I know, but East
You
End
know-
is new. I know Phil started talking about the West End.
You know when your mouth runs and you spill over and you say something,
When
catch
when I
yourself
tell
and you pull
you,
back.
I got a video, and I ain't gonna say who it's from, and don't nobody spoil and say who it's from. I got a video that someone talked and someone came for her, and the person who came for her was too right to come, and she said the right words. and I'm gonna play it. There's one part I can't play. I'm gonna send it to y'all privately.
As you should.
And but that's not about that. No, she was right, and she came for her,
You
and
gonna
she
play that
said the
now?
things. She said some things. Y'all want to hear it now?
Why not?
Let's hear it now. I'm not gonna play the video. It's gonna be an audio, so I'm gonna turn our mics off so y'all can hear it.
Make sure you don't play anything that is inappropriate.
No,
for
it's
Very
good.
Night
It's good.
Radio.
So I'm gonna play it now.
The words straight up. There's a time and a place for everything. Each and every day I ask God to please forgive me for my sins. I am not perfect, but He knows Cindy Patrice Doxson is a sinner. And He knows that my heart is so aching for kids. He knows when it comes to Cindy, the only way to get Cindy is with kids. Cindy loves kids. And at the end, they couldn't. I want you to know, as a woman of God, you have to be careful what you bring to the media. The media is indeed a spotlight that will ruin you. The media is indeed a spotlight that you can say things anymore that you cannot take back. Because the minute you try to delete those posts, it's too late. Those posts are recorded. So therefore, you have to be careful of the words that come out of your mouth. Be careful, little mouth, what you speak. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. You have to be careful. Because what you speak is too late for you to take back. And what you give to the world, you cannot turn around and take back. At the end of the day, you want respect. Respect is given to who is given to. I'm only being honest. For you to be on live feeding and saying, oh, this is a piranha. Show me which pastor, which woman of God, man of God on the media will be talking and pointing down to their penis or their vagina. That is not godly. At that period of time, the devil had a hold of you on that live feeding. And it's only right for you to repent for your sins. It was only right for you to come on live and ask for your forgiveness. You know, you have a mindset that, oh, I don't care. They talk about, I drinking my tea and I mind my business. You can mind your business. It's okay to mind your business. But when you want other people to follow you and listen to the word of God that is coming out of your mouth, your business is not your business. Your business is our business. Because you're trying to tell us as sinners we need to repent. And we need to surrender our life to the Lord. But you on the live media, you understand me? Surrendering your life to the devil. And you won't even see it. You won't even see it. I am not grateful for everything that I've done on this media. And I'm not happy about all of the stuff that I did. But the stuff that I did is already did, and I cannot take it back. If I could take back a few of the things that I did on the media, I would gladly take it back. But what is given is already given, and it cannot be returned. And so therefore, I have to live with it. One of the reasons why I haven't been live on the media in a very long time, because the media is not for me to be live on. I have too many things in life I need to focus on. And this is taking a big toll away from the things that I need to focus on. So therefore, I had to release when I released the media. But I cut on my life tonight to tell you, Quintessence, that what you're doing is not of God. I cut on my life to tell you tonight, Quintessence, that the media is indeed the devil. I cut on my life tonight to tell you, Quintessence, that I am indeed one of the devil entertainers. And I cut on my life tonight to tell you, Quintessence, that I have taken a vacation from the devil entertaining and having a control of my life. And that's why I stopped going live on the media, because I need to focus on the things that matters the most. At the end of Quintessence, I cut on my life tonight to tell you, when you cut on this live feed and you start to speak, the truth always comes out. You cannot hide behind who you are.
That's the one pastor.
I want to come because I've never ever followed Cindy Patrice.
I don't know.
I have
As you should not.
I person send clips and I very seldom listen, so I have no clue who she is. But I want to officially commend her for the sobriety.
Oh,
For
keep in mind, she was drinking Heineken and having shots while she said this, it's so crazy.
Because someone can say, we was dogging on Cindy Patrice. I want to let it known. I totally endorse. Not just endorse, it was just so sober to me. It was ridiculously sober, well thought of. I don't know Cindy Patrice. Mom, I celebrate you. We need to go find you. Because there's some depth in you that obviously everybody putting out the humor and the comical part of you and everything like that. But there's some of these comments funny. There is some depth and some substance and sobriety. So we can't wait to see you on the next side in the kingdom, because you had a kingdom assignment.
People saying on the live. I just talk on the live.
Yes,
people saying on the live.
I listen to that and I hear under that a woman of God.
Oh, that was a pastor.
Stop that.
But it made her who she was. Because the apostle, her daddy was a mess.
All right, no problem. I hear a woman of God, and she free born in Nassau.
She Canada now. She live the best life.
What's up, tough? She Canada.
Definitely don't follow.
No, I don't follow. I don't know.
International. She gone.
Oh, she's international. Gone. But anyway, when you come back, I want to meet you. Woman of God.
Let me read these comments before we go to the super sober side because they're coming. I mean, you can't help it. Anyway,
I don't need to know more between you and Cindy is finished.
What may be scary for you all may be enticing for the East End man. Shut up, Julie. Shut up. I've heard having biters. Okay. All right. And Michelle Johnson, Marose, and Piranha's always biting. It will devour most things it come into contact with.
Most things.
I think she was talking about how other women believe that some women fix their man. She says it ain't Obia, it's a piranha. Yeah, that was the context. The context was what she has to offer sexually is so good, she don't need to fix a man. That was the point she was making, essentially, in so many words. That's why she said they have to be serious when they come to her.
But from a spiritual person saying that, and it ain't witchcraft, it ain't this. Spiritual people need to be careful. Even if you clown, you got to be careful. Because that's in spiritual book that we read from. Talks about spirits that are transferred and connections that take place when sex activities take place. So to suggest that and then come back when you teach on something else, when you come teaching something else, right? And you can say, now you can't be promiscuous, you can't be fornicating because spirits is passed on.
Fun fact, the context was she was talking about Jacob and Esau.
Rebecca.
That was the preaching.
Rebecca.
Jacob, Rebecca.
So we got to make sure this truth is balanced and aligned. Anyway, keep on going.
Raquel says Cindy ran hot. She sure did. And as hot as she was, she did not cuss once. I'm just.
However, I'll say if you want to look for that live,
you find it.
Stop right there.
No.
You're going to further?
She gave a lot without it, though.
No, she gave a lot.
She gave a lot without it.
Oh,
she gave a lot
right after that note.
She was actually making reference to mothers-in-laws thinking their daughters-in-laws worked Obi on their sons. LOL. And Junior's still here with the fish emoji. You get out of town. I'm just wondering how we went from Becky telling Jacob to trick Isaac to piranhas. Jody, questions that need answers. Play the woman of God. Stephanie finds this all very hilarious. Christoph says he can't hear all us, but he's laughing while he's working. At the people's funeral, Christoph, you better get it together. Be careful. Oh, that's right. That's the right Honorable Daxon. She was right, though. But I think what's painful is that for someone who's self-professed devil entertainer to be correct.
Self-proclaimed.
To be so correct is concerning. That's concerning. Listen, my thing is, pull back. You made the mistake. Pull back. Humble yourself. Don't drive
because she's saying the problem with y'all is y'all expecting her to be somebody else. When she said this in the live the day after, that when God called her, she tell God she didn't want to do this because you know who she is, and that's who she is. This is the way she's talked.
And my pastor said, God still have the spirit still have over the darkness.
She said this is the way she's talked. She's talked real to her children, and she's just talk real. And y'all, I remember a few weeks ago, a few shows ago.
People want to take up offering for Cindy. What should we do? Open a gift of fire. The saints say Cindy need an offering.
And I should have Pastor Dan to remember this. The people were saying there's no platform for Christians to talk real about sex. Pastor Quinta come say,
no, that's not the platform right there.
Quinta say,
no, good point. That's an excellent point. And this is a demonstration
real about sex.
This is the demonstration of a bad platform.
What you want to talk about sex? That's your problem right there. Go ahead.
So that's what the man say. That's what the bishop say. Now, Angelica is asking, what is the pastor's sin? What exactly has she done? Has she sinned? Or is this just poor judgment, mistake? Unfortunately, you riled up the saints. The saints are mad. Or has she sinned?
That's the question I asked.
And I'm asking this question not like, let's judge her and decide that she's a sinner, she's not a sinner. No, all of us fall short of the glory of God. My point is, in situations like this where you can be on a live and speak inappropriately, is speaking inappropriately. Because I guess the issue is Cindy saying she must repent. To who? To God or to y'all? Because y'all are offended.
Let me first thing, what does repent mean?
Turn away.
Exactly. She needs to turn away. So that's
turn away right. From what though?
From being irresponsible.
Is irresponsibility sin, per se?
Paul says to me, all things are lawful, but they're not expedient.
But then that's not when the returning away.
I think as believers, especially as leaders, the question is far beyond what is sin and what is not sin.
Right.
I think it gets further because we can dive and delve into that as much as we want. At the end of the day, what we do, our words create pictures, create thoughts, create concepts. What you did is that you caused every man that watched that stream to think about your vagina. Why would you do that? Why would you want to create that imagery?
Paint that picture, yeah.
Why would you want to paint that picture? Why are you, as a woman of God who is not married, who is preaching the word of God, why would you create that imagery? And this has nothing to do with her being gifted. This has nothing to do with her being a prophet. She's probably going to be potent in the pulpit tomorrow. She's probably going to be powerful when she preaches tomorrow. Notwithstanding all of that, it's extremely irresponsible. And now you are guilty of possibly, not, I can't say guarantee, there are possibly persons now that you were supposed to reach, could have reached, and will never reach, because when they see you, they go a certain place. You create this imagery, and it's irresponsible.
Let me read the comments that are coming in, because the Bishop on the road.
And let me say this. I'm gonna say this again. Make sure this has nothing to do with her being anointed, nothing to do with her being a prophet of God, nothing to being a preacher. Because I can't speak to her. None of those assignments on her life. Yeah. When I met her, she was an amazing person. I met her the first time she came here. She was speaking somewhere. She came to the studio. She did an interview with somebody. She came here. Yeah, she did an interview here. Yes, wonderful spirit. I don't know. I mean, enjoyed meeting her. Met her again at a wedding of one of my members. Again, pleasant, wonderful person. So this is nothing negative about her, the person, but it's out in the public. It's out in the public domain, and I think it needs to be spoken to. That it's irresponsible.
Into that, man. You gotta know that.
And it's the same thing. I always go back to this when my pastor said to me, "Don't take us in the bathroom with you." My bishop said to me, "You don't do that. Don't tell me that the Lord spoke to you while you were showering. I don't need to know that." Because what I did is I entered the shower with you, and I hear what the Lord say. Because I get stuck in the shower. Yeah.
Steamy.
My bishop told me you don't say that. And I spoke about this.
I wonder what color the curtains are.
I spoke about this when the good prophet was not just telling me about the tub. He was literally in the tub.
So whether he was going or not.
Yeah. So you create this imagery, and I was taught that from in a teenager. When I preached one time behind the mic, my pastor said, "Don't you ever do that again." It's irresponsible.
Let me get these comments in. Carlisa Wilkinson, hi sis. She says Pastor Quinty claimed that they made reference to a statement she made before she became saved. They only played a piece of the clip and not the entire clip. Now, Carlisa, I must say, as one of the people who was sent the entire clip, it was as bad as it seemed. Yeah. Like in context and out of context,
and some things
it came across as bad as it seemed. I'm not saying that there was no lead up or follow on, but the comment itself, in and out of context, inappropriate. Angelica's calling out the part of Cindy's response that y'all seem to be skimming over. Cindy is self-professed entertainment for the devil.
She does. She comes to this live.
But then she say she's taking a break because she's realized that she's entertaining for the devil and she don't want to be that person anymore. Did I interpret that correctly? The people picking up Cindy.
Cindy says,
send her the offering.
Cindy tells you at the beginning that she is a sinner. Cindy never tell you all that. No. And if you're not a Christian, who do you wait for? Oh.
Yeah. There is more. Canada. Carolyn Monique said, for argument's sake, Quinty did say she was referring to her past single unsaved life. I don't think anyone is talking about the comment as a single woman. It's the comment full stop.
Yeah.
It's the comment full stop. If she's talking about the man she's presently married to, it's the comment full stop on a live. And then not a comment that you make in passing, a comment that you drive, you then develop your illustration. I feel like there's a line.
And remember
there's a line to how you
the motorboat too.
Don't
forget the motorboat.
Yeah,
no,
we didn't forget the motorboat.
We
just didn't present that part. My thing is, there's a point.
She go on motorboat.
Yeah.
And I would say, what's the motorboat? What is the imagery you're trying to give me about the motorboat?
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, I mean, really.
One thing is, I can't say what. Like, while I'm bold enough to say some things on DGMT, I'm not bold enough to say that. But the thing is, it's about how you represent your past single, unsaved self. You understand? For the purpose of conveying a message. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, because she didn't say this was a piranha. If we go on top of it, this was you unsafe.
Sir,
she
we're not
didn't
going to deal with past, present, and future tense.
She didn't say this was. Like, when I was unsafe, this was. Now,
even
it's a goldfish. She didn't say that.
It's a goldfish now.
That's a goldfish.
Fishy.
Hold on, Jesus.
When Dahlia shakes the bag. Oh, Dahlia shakes the bag. When Cindy gets on the necks of the temple, we'll be keeping it real too.
Oh yeah, where'd you get her next side though?
Cindy don't realize the real call in her life when she turns that around. But isn't Angelica saying that Cindy can come? So the idea is that we've got somebody who has had a very colorful past, and so that comes as part of their discussion about their present.
What was real? What Cindy's real problem was? I can play Cindy. What's Cindy's real problem?
You really enjoying playing Cindy Jackson on DGMT?
That is not supposed to be a piranha. That's supposed to be the temple of the Lord. That's supposed to be the Lord's house. Real talk. You're supposed to tell a woman out there. Oh, hold on. And by the way, you said that. Oh, you can't keep this no secret. This ain't no secret from you. Hit this. This is no secret. No, you're supposed to tell the ladies you're supposed to get the ring, get married, and settle down. What type of example you're trying to tell to the young ladies?
I disagree with Cindy there. I'm not with Cindy on that one.
Ladies that from a nigga hit this is no secret.
Okay,
you can have
I think we get the message.
You can have the showcase.
I think we've heard enough of
what?
Cindy. I think I get it, but I think Cindy's saying as if she never says those things. That's why I disagree with Cindy. She's saying you're supposed to tell the woman that this is the temple. She probably could. She probably does. Probably has. This one moment that she said doesn't negate that she may have said these things at other times.
No, I agree with Cindy.
I disagree with Cindy.
No, that was Cindy's saying. Cindy is saying that's the context you should be speaking from. That's what Cindy saying. Cindy said, don't speak from this context.
So if you use Esau, where is the topic you're talking about?
Right.
But the point,
Cindy says,
the point that people are making that she'd already made it. Oh, this is touchscreen. Oh,
it is.
The people online are saying is that she's not representing this as the self she is now or the self that she wants to be now.
That is immaterial to the conversation.
No, it isn't immaterial because she could say to a woman, I had this conversation with a man in my past, inappropriate, fair enough to present on the live, but I now understand that my body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. My whatever
that
is
was not the
clean.
Spirit, that was not the spirit of a conversation.
Not the spirit of the clip.
No, the conversation.
That was not Cindy's what the implying was that about.
You were implying that Cindy and listened to the whole conversation.
No, I'm talking about Cindy.
Cindy listened to the whole thing.
No, Cindy's commentary sounds like it's a ministry issue. That your ministry should be telling women that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. That you never say these things. That's what I hear from Cindy.
I think you're going wide.
Yeah, you're getting too far.
Are we getting too far?
No.
I think some fishing. I think you long line fishing.
Yeah.
No, but that's why I think Cindy. That's why I think. No, I'm not sure. That's why I think Cindy shouldn't be coming to say you should when all you saw is a clip. That's my thing. She is being narrow.
In your clip.
No, she didn't
you should
say
not say this.
Anyway.
No, we said she say why are you calling this? You should be calling. No, we're not for that now. Why are you doing on Cindy? Cindy, let me tell Cindy come for Vera next time.
No, don't tell Cindy come for me.
I want to say
let
this.
me tell
I want
Cindy.
to say this.
Well, y'all named Vera talking about you, and she asked for Ross.
When you in a room,
Ross.
when you in a room with your single ladies or your married ladies, say whatever you need to say. Free yourself, open that up, and deal how you're going to deal with that. There are things that I've said in a room with men talking about life issues that I will never say on this radio show. I'll never say behind the pulpit because I'm in a closed session with men and we're having conversations about things that we need to talk about. And sometimes hygienic things, sometimes whatever other kind of things we're talking about. But that you don't go live with that because that's not appropriate for that context.
I don't think anyone disagrees that it should have been live.
Yeah, it's just like.
I mean, okay, so the people that I'm still bigging up Cindy, y'all send your offering. Yeah?
I get the sense that if you don't like Cindy, and
how have you got that sense?
I'm gonna send this clip to Cindy.
I ain't scared. Send the clip because the first, and you would cut the piece out where I disagreed and cut out the piece where I agreed with her. The first part I was fine. Second clip, I'm not with her.
Vera Aqua Wilson from Ghana get a wipe with you.
Anyway. Angelica says Quinty reaches her. And I think anyway.
It's hard to say. I would say this. Like before, I've never I don't even remember her that occasion of her coming here. I didn't know who she was before. Besides, like since the panorama and going live, I saw that like every time that she went live and said something crazy, that's when I would see her. I never follow her, so I can't speak to who she is as a person or what her sermons or what her other lives are
I
about.
get the
can't say anything about
the sense that this hasn't necessarily impacted her following at all. Like
Yeah,
the
I
people
don't-
that
yeah.
the people that she reaches, the people that follow her are not impacted by it. I
No.
think for me, when we talk
they
about
shouldn't be.
these, right? When we talk about these incidents or these church scandals on the live, it's lessons from the live. Period. It's not a particular person's ministry, good, bad, right, wrong. It's more of a, this is not how we conduct ourselves. These are some of the things that should not be appearing on the live.
When someone was asking about this, I took the route. Who said that what sin did she commit? I would say, man, because you could point it out to like what did she say that was so wrong? Is she offending? Is she offending unbelievers? Because that's what we call them, unbelievers. Did she offend unbelievers besides Cindy?
I think she poorly represented believers.
So I don't think
it's a case of offending unbelievers. It's a case of poorly representing believers.
No, I don't. In terms of
and what we do over
what
on
she
this
did
side.
wrong. So I think the majority of upsetted people would have been the believers.
Yeah, but then because we are being poorly represented by this.
No, but based upon what you say is now about following, not losing. I think is at the end of the day they say
But then the bishop says somebody she could have reached, she now can't reach.
no publicity is bad publicity.
That's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
I can't say it for sure.
No,
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
but I say no. At this point now she can get more because now there's more people now wanting to watch her live to
You
see
ain't lying.
what she can say
said.
next.
That's what she said on her next live. Y'all tried to pull me
and
down,
the rest of her lives,
the sound is out.
it might never get there. She might never come back to these words
I've
again.
seen more of her this week than I've seen in my life.
This could be a thing. This could be a Kirk Franklin stomp.
Could be.
That's a comparison I'm not willing to unpack.
No, Kirk Franklin, like his stomp was. He said his stomp was nothing spiritual. Like it was just to get people to buy the CD. This could be a moment where this is just
To get y'all to buy the CD.
Yeah, because he said,
Get y'all to click follow.
No, he said because after Stomp was, I think My Life Is in Your Hands, something like that. So I want you to buy it. So the next song, bing, gotcha.
So this could be a moment where now she gets the whole Bahamas. She gets a good portion of her Nassau.
You have the motherland in your ears.
Where she get a portion of the Bahamas now tuning in. And so now, next thing you know, now she prophesied to everybody. Could I say that she's a prophet? Are you saying right? She's a prophet?
Mm-hmm,
Okay, yeah. So anyway, so that next thing now, she's pastor and prophet. That church could grow, church could go. That's all she said. All because she mentioned piranha once. Now is that now church grows. So I mean, this could be a good side. This could be a good thing. It don't have to be a bad thing. Let's Maddie come with the phrase.
Angelica is standing in defense of Prophetess Quincy. She says, because Christian used to being two-sided, one for the public, one for private, and it don't make sense to me. I just think some things are for private.
Because what Christians used to be in two people?
Two-sided.
Two-sided?
I guess, like, two-faced.
We need to be.
I can say we have to.
I don't even think we need to, because two-faced implies that there's a contradiction. That's what two-faced implies. I think you just need to have some things that are private and some things that are public. That doesn't mean both things are who you are.
And what is private may contradict what is public. So sometimes we get too deep. Sometimes that private person may contradict the public person, but they're all the same person.
Should we be living to maintain the contradictions, or is a private person somebody who's trying to become?
The people in public ain't that close to me that know certain things about me, so you can get to know that.
Right. So what I give you is a different version, a contradiction.
What I give you is the you can handle.
But that's not
because I become all things. But to some it may seem. Meaning that the actions may seem contradictory.
Okay, because you said it is a contradiction rather than it seems like a contradiction.
To the person who don't know me, yes, it is. It ain't for me because
it should seem rather than be a contradiction.
Yes, it isn't, but it seems a contradiction.
Okay, I could.
Yeah, I mean, if me and you ain't that tight, so you're a different person around your wife. Of course I am. You're my wife. That's true. You're not my wife. You ain't the same around my children as you are around your children. Thank you.
I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, you don't preach the same in my church as you do in your church. Exactly. Because I preach to them every Sunday and every Wednesday and every Monday and Friday. So no, when I come to your church, it's different. You're a hypocrite. You are not smart.
Jody says it's all good and well that it's piranha season going on, but she was speaking in reference to men approaching her. How are they going to sample this piranha season if they don't marry her? the content is also misleading and glorifying sexual perversion.
And that
Jody Ann, I mean, one
that-
thing
that was
about you,
actually-
you have a way of
that
saying
was
things
Cindy's-
I don't know how to put. in
no, that was
words.
Cindy's point. If you stop it, but you tired head of voice, because that was the thing at the end. Our thing was that if you that you tell them single people like that, what you mean like hit this? Why?
When did you become Cindy's biggest fan? You really coming
No,
for
no.
me because I didn't like that
No,
one
I say like
clip,
you
right?
didn't have to finish what she was going to say. 'Cause
Yeah,
she's going to say what Jody said. That's why I played it. When I saw Jody
She said
comment.
she was going to say it like Jody said it.
That's why I was going to play Jody comment. I'm not going to play when I saw Jody comment, but then he's like,
Sorry for messing up your shit.
"That's enough. That's enough for
All
Cindy."
right, next time.
With her unsafe self.
Because I said her unsafe self. I promise you, Delton.
Why you thinking Cindy's so
I
serious?
will not. No, because you ain't let this go. You've been going on about this more than me.
I don't know that thing's going.
No, you ain't let it go.
Yeah,
No,
I read
no, you definitely brought
Fear's
that back
getting
up.
very defensive about Cindy, and I was very
But you
comical
brought
about
that back
Cindy.
up again. The whole thing. I did not. I
Because
read
I
Jody's
wanted to
comment,
play
and then you
Cindy.
said if I had let you play it to the
I
end,
wanted to play the
play
Cindy.
Cindy, Delton.
No, no.
Please,
You didn't kill Cindy.
unburden yourself.
You didn't kill Cindy.
You can drive this all the way to the end of the show.
You know that.
That's why we gotta end
But you
now.
know it's ready.
That's why it's time to wrap it up.
But you know it's
She
ready.
ain't married, Julia. No, she's not.
She was.
No, but she no longer is. That's a crucifix.
was.
This is a crucifixion of Cindy. I don't even follow her. Divorce.
Of Quinty?
Of-
Of Quinty?
sorry,
Of
of Quinty.
Quinty.
Divorce.
Cindy in
The
your heart?
edification of the saints.
You reading Cindy and any Cindy even now?
Piranhas never change, honey. Now, Angelica, one thing about you will switch up your comments and I will not know what side you on. Every time. Angelica say, down here, after the big paragraph, like 5 or 6 down. Piranhas never change, honey. This is powerful. Not the goldfish. Oh, Lord Jesus, these comments been coming in thick and fast.
That's a lot of comments.
There's a lot of comments. Who called my name? Who called my name? Vera would be the next hot topic. Don't mess with that, Delton. Oh, if you
We
say my
more.
name
Okay.
to Cindy.
No, we ain't calling that name no more. I don't want to.
Not the entertainment. Boy stays winning. You can't weaponize Cindy when it's convenient. At the end of the day, stay off the live. Latoya,
No, she gotta stay off the live.
this is
Because I mean, for the live.
personal belief.
But I think for her popularity came from the live. I think her growth, not the popularity, but her growth so far with this pandemic came from live.
And this hasn't stunted. This has probably helped.
Oh yeah,
Boosted it.
yeah, she boosts now.
Yeah.
Like I said, because people now want to see is what's coming next.
Let me say this. I'm a dash out, but I ain't be all. I also make sure I
You're
say
a what?
this.
Say? You're a what?
I put a dash out,
Oh.
and I'm trying to be. This is no damage control. I don't think there was no malicious intent on the behalf of Pastor Quinty. I think like me, like all of us that go online, sometimes you get comfortable, you just keep on going. It's very easy to get comfortable and to keep on going, and then you fall off a cliff. I have said this before, and I think on this show as well, that there have been times when I called Delton after church service, and Delton pull that CD down, pull that live down, pull those comments down. Don't play it on our radio show. Don't let it be available on our stream. People call and say, "I missed Sunday service. Where it is? Gone. Delete it. It's out of here," because I got comfortable. Oftentimes that would happen in second service.
I heard there was one service I was looking for very recently, and Delton said I had to pull it down.
You just recently, right?
I mean, very, very recently.
Very, very recently.
Very
It was
recently.
pulled down because some things were said, and so I am guilty of it. And those pastors who say they had never done it, the Lord bless you all.
But that's why I
fallible.
started off by saying, where do we go from here? I
Right.
think this is less about the moment. I think we understand at least. I think that's the same thing with the pastor who did the whole thing about the watch and the Movado, because that was it was just an overspilling personality. Just too much of you comes out in that moment.
Yeah.
But where do you go from
Was
there?
his
My
body good, though?
issue
So
was
his body was good, is it?
my issue was you
He
doubled
did
down.
a budget?
Yeah.
I didn't send it to me, please. I'll let you
Okay.
see it.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
I
But my thing, and that's why I said earlier on, you doubled down. You came with another live after. That's that for me is it's the I think the live was a key. The jokes came out of it. But where do we go from here? Because there is some damage control that needs to be done in the event that, like what you said, you lose somebody that you could have reached.
Yeah.
Your audiences, your following isn't going to change very much. Fair enough. And maybe you get more popularity because people come in to watch to see if you say more trapsy things. But as a representative of the kingdom, how do you make sure that you haven't damaged the witness of believers in general?
Right. Right.
As you said, it doesn't negate your level of anointing, your calling, because everybody makes mistakes. That's why my first thing was, so what now?
See, I'll say this: being a preacher in the Bahamas, you have to be extremely careful because, like, the comment was made earlier about who did this offend? Church people is church people. They can't have it anyway, or wherever they can, so this don't affect them. And the believers don't have a problem. Here's who this affects. In this country, there's still the greatest population of this country are not the believers or the unbelievers, is the religious. That's the greatest population because that's a cross-section of the believers and unbelievers, that middle group there. And that group is so large. That's a large group, and a lot of them need to be one to the kingdom. They're in the church, but they need to be one to the kingdom. This greatly offends, turns them off. That middle ground person.
That's a good, really good point.
And we forget about that middle ground. In this country, now, in a lot of countries around the world, that almost don't exist no more, the middle ground. But we still, our greatest population is that middle ground. And that's why we have to be careful that our conversation is seasoned. And we have to be prayerful and very thoughtful as we go on live, as we make statements, because of that big population right there. Okay, to say the people in this room, I mean, we can talk about it in kiki and over. The people who are unbelievers, y'all church people off the chain. But there are those religious people who this thing get up under their skin. And again, I have honestly, I've heard her pray before. She can pray. I've never heard her preach, never heard her prophesy. Yeah. But let's say, and let's go, she's a gifted prophet of God, a gifted voice of God, who this group of religious people may need to hear a voice. So we need to be careful in what we put out there because there's an audience that we have to win. It is. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Praise God.
All is well.
All is wonderful. So Nisa says people have been on live. If they keep it up, it will destroy their character. Attention is a serious thing. I think while that's painful to hear, I think it is just the truth. Having that much access, having that much it's so easy to become famous. It's so easy to gain traction and get notoriety. And it is potentially character destroying. We have learned that. That's what DGMT has come to expose, that the the internet is potentially character destroying. It has just given the enemy another way of destroying our character. Like, he gets you in your private life, gets you in your mind, gets you with your church people, causing conflict. But then there's the live too, and the impact that can have. And I think we can't underestimate that this is just a whole new world of more. It's like more fame, more problems, more access, more platforms, more problems,
more fame, more problems,
more fame, more problems. So yeah, I think the potential of the live, the instant I'm gonna click something, say something, and the whole world's gonna see it straight away. That is so like that. With great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, let's get some more comments.
You found where I am?
Nope.
I agree with you, Bishop.
I got. No, not. There you go.
Raquel says.
So you say Delton don't sick send me on my good friend.
What's sick? SIC.
So sick is like the stuff that we tell dogs, like sick 'em, like get 'em. It's like a antagonizing kind of.
Okay.
You never had sick 'em? Sick, don't stick.
I feel like SIC
I think it should be
something.
I think real. I don't think it don't stick them. I think it's like don't stick them on. We say sick them. Anyway, moving along. Angelica says she's on the piranha side. That being obvious, she's on the piranha side. Rashad said the piranha lady just needs to repent to God and apologize for the worldly comment and keep pushing. Everyone makes mistakes and she is highly followed. So go and win souls for the kingdom and not attract the wrong thing. Which is worse, piranha or barracuda?
I know nothing about barracudas.
Nah, I think a piranha is worse. I think you don't have an option with a piranha. Barracudas, you have an option. You have a good one. You have a bad one. You could get the barracuda and you eat it, nothing wrong. You get a next barracuda.
This whole metaphor is
and
just
you down for 3 weeks.
It's honestly the ingenuity of this Bahamian saints. Your level
and I think that's the problem. The problem was
everyone's
like,
mind
where the mind went.
Things.
That was the biggest problem, is where everybody mind went.
Because a couple of chats, they were like, she should have called this fish. No. A couple of people like, oh, she should have called it this fish because that's what she'd be. I don't even want to call the names of the fish people say, because then I'd be doing what I don't want her to do.
Yeah, so that was really the problem, is where people went led. Right? That was the biggest problem for me. It's like, you shouldn't say this because David's ready for this.
This is an interesting thing, because I sent you something to do with this. Angelica, who stands in defense of Piranha Lady, First time I watched her on the live, she say, "Listen, when you're sneaking out to the club, don't forget to pray. Always pray." And I say, "You saw the video? I
saw the
picture
video.
I sent you?
Christoph, I think you tagged me in it. Christoph
Oh,
posted
yeah.
it where these guys, I don't know how true it is. They were standing in front of a gas station and they looked to be in a prayer circle. And the quote was that they praying before they go into the club.
I tried to look for clues in the picture that could confirm
there
that they
none.
were going to the club.
It's just seemed like so random, but that garnered some talk. It's like, so you pray before you go to the club?
Pray before you sin.
And to me,
you don't lose.
First of all, why is it going to the club sin? You start there first. Why do you associate?
And nobody say
go into the club with sin?
Now, I'm only throwing this out there because a friend of mine messaged me in London, on the last Monday of August is Carnival, Notting Hill Carnival. Everybody dress up, go in the streets, wind up your body, music,
like
food.
Caribbean
Carnival. It's like in honor of the Windrush generation and the Caribbeans that came in the 1950s and 60s, and it was a tradition they started, and it's been going on for decades. And my friend messaged me out of the blue. He really only messages me when he's in a Christian debate and he wants to hear my opinion. Messaged me and he said, what are your thoughts? Carnival is not for believers.
Yeah.
And he was like, what are your thoughts on this? But I think the same view applies to go into the club. Because the argument against is like, I can go there and chill and just be, I could just be chill, just be with my friends listening to music and thing. And you can go to Carnival and just listen to music, walk around in your clothes. You don't have to wind up with anybody.
I don't know that to be true of Carnival. I mean, like I said, I don't know that.
So you could just walk on the streets along the Carnival and watch the Carnival go by.
Just walking?
Yeah, man. Just two-step to the little soca music.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but then you don't go to the
walking.
club just to stand. You go to just two-step to sit in a chair and bob your head. Otherwise, you'd be home.
No, but Carnival, I don't know.
How's Carnival different from the club?
I've never seen anybody Carnival just walk.
I know, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Delton.
In my lifetime. I mean, I've never been to Carnival
because
like
Carnival
that.
Has participators and spectators.
I've never been on a Carnival road march or anything like that. But I've never seen anybody like, let me just go ahead and get this exercise in my clothes.
Because if we open this whole go into the club, this is a whole separate show.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Why do we say go into the club is sin?
To the correlation. Now, I remember, and I'm just right.
I'm trying to find my response because it was really good in the moment.
When Jose posted it, someone said, so you want God to protect you while you serving Satan. I was like, that seems a bit. That's a
one
bit
thing about
extreme.
you're gonna be dramatic,
like,
but that's what. But Delton, that's what Cindy say.
But that's like telling your wife, I need you to feed me before I go to the sweetheart.
Now, that analogy couldn't catch me. The previous comment was like, you're doing too much. That just feels like
telling your wife. I don't. So I guess this is what you get. The first as identifies the problem. You say club. What you mean?
You know exactly what they mean.
No. I mean, like for like literally, like when you say go in the club, what do you mean? Because they
are where they playing loud music. People are drinking, dancing. It's dark.
Those kind of clubs exist. There are also another kind of clubs where you can go to. That's not that loud environment.
So it's the volume that's a
problem? No, I mean like there are clubs there. So when it's a nightclub, so if you go into a party in a nightclub where there, I assume I've been inside one or two. There's no place to sit down. There's no sit down club. So if you don't with that, and you go into there,
Delton, you really want to do this now?
Do you not want God to protect you?
You want to distinct. If you need his protection, stay home. If you feel like you need extra. If
they come in the house to rob and kill you there, you need God protection there.
No, but if you need if you're like, I need extra special protection because of the nature of this place, and you're not being forced to go there. Oh, okay. How we get here? No, Angelica, you done crack open this kind of ways. We put a pin in this one for next week because this 2 hours and 18 minutes in is not even daytime anymore. It's night. We soon go into PM. No, not even PM. PPM.
Hey, yeah, you do it. Jesus, you drive it. Jesus, I remember that. All right, guys. Anyway, I forget you.
Oh man, yeah, I think we need to come back to that topic. But let's get the rest of these comments. David in the background here, Kiki, David. I don't know where you joined us, but glad to have you here. Where you come from? What you mean? No, that was good. I don't even know what we're talking about.
I think that's when Pastor's talking.
Rev Biggie told us. What did Biggie tell her? Oh, Jesus. We really, God is still doing a great work in all that. Like, it doesn't mean that what was quoted was not an error of the author. Jose posted it. Yeah, people, carnival watching the Caribbean. Okay, I'm not crazy. You could just go to Carnival's like Junkanoo in my head. It's like a spectacle. People participate and people stand on the sides and watch. But when you stand on the sides and watch, you're going to rock your body. You're gonna,
No, so I mean,
bounce
so
to the
people
music.
asking, but that's going to watch Carnival or is actually participate
They
in
were
Carnival?
saying carnival, period. Carnival.
I know people that go to watch Carnival. Like I've heard that story of Christians going to watch Carnival. I've never gone to watch Carnival. But I've heard people say they just go to watch to see the jokes and the kiki and see how bad it is. I don't put myself in that position.
Why not, Delton?
Because of the pictures I've seen of Carnival. And I was like, hey.
I don't need that for my
I
life.
don't need that.
I don't need that in my life.
I'm going to keep my eyes on the cross.
And I
not
guess
going to follow Jesus.
No, we need
I
to.
don't need my eyes wandering anywhere.
Pin it. We're coming back to this
But
one.
no, they don't.
Pin
All
it.
right. Carnival has been pinned.
Yeah,
Right
Carnival's
now.
been pinned. And maybe they were praying for a successful clubbing experience. You know what? I'm done with
Successful
all
clubbing
DGMT as I
experience.
sign
I
up.
don't know they play.
Latoya says, I think the issue is that pastor just felt too comfortable in her confession. There's a difference between sharing your past just to provide context and sharing this from the standpoint that it makes it seem like it's still what you walk in
Yeah,
and believe to be true as a pastor. The live was not the forum for that part of the confession. She should have given us a slightly redacted version. Version.
No, it definitely. I think she didn't say it. That's why I say that she didn't say that this was like her whole like the way of talking was like seemed like I know this is the way it is.
Yeah, and I'm just going back to where I started off here, and I'm going here. I dropped here, and I stopped here in the middle, and I'm going right back. I think we have already established not the most appropriate. You can defend it if you want to. I think generally we can agree that this wasn't the best choice. No. This wasn't the best choice.
Not at all.
Now the question is, what are we going to do? Because it can happen to all of us. It can happen to any of us. As a praise and worship leader, sometimes I do an ad lib. I was like, what are you saying? That didn't make any sense.
God, hallelujah.
Just like sometimes it's like you even like leading prayer, just ad-libbing, exhorting. Yeah. In the moment you get carried away and you become a bit too much of you. When actually in these moments,
you saw the guy who talked about the halls, that they bring all the tithe into the halls. And said, I didn't say the storage. I think storage something that he meant the hall. He said storehouse, he said whorehouse.
He said
bring all the tithes and nothing to the whorehouse. Like, to the whorehouse, right? Like, sir, where is your mind? It's like, let's bring all the tithes stuff into the whorehouse. To the whorehouse, right? Not the whorehouse.
See what I mean? It could so easily happen it could so easily happen. And we have so many people here that are ministers and leaders. And the thing is, when these things happen, what do you do? Because at all times you are a representative of the kingdom. And it's easy to be like, and I'm with Bishop, it's easy to be like, oh, it was only the church people who were offended. They matter too. They matter as well. Yeah. And if we can spare ourselves some of this drama, some of this scandal, we should. The live is not your... Listen, I am coming to the belief, and y'all might disagree with me. I'm of the belief that the live is more our enemy than our friend. Now. Yeah. Because the live was like, oh, it's a great evangelistic tool. It's a great way to get the word out there. And I've seen it done excellently. I can see how, ministries are reaching all different parts of the world. Like, for example, Life has people who listen in Kenya. That's only the live. Yeah. But more. I'm like, this enemy that we have, he's very, very smart. He's very, very tactical. This live, y'all got to go on with very strict checks and procedures to make sure the live don't catch you out.
Toya says we should all have a spiritual advice on the side of us.
Not useless spiritual advice. I'm just gonna laugh though. Who's just gonna? You know what? The crazy thing is, we all have the best spiritual advisor there is. The Holy Spirit. Always there.
He's gonna work fast enough at times, man. He's taking
no, your mouth has run too fast.
I said he don't work fast enough to hold our
mouth.
No,
you're moving too fast. You're trying to rush him.
He's gonna grab me quick, man.
Trying to rush him.
You don't grab me fast
No,
enough.
but Delton, he snatched me though. Holy Ghost and I mean, like I can feel the breeze coming because I'm getting to the cliff edge and swoop, he gets me.
Don't you say a word?
Don't you?
He said maybe went to the warehouse, but he did. He had a fruit. Yeah, no, he had a Freudian slip.
The whorehouse.
But he said the whorehouse.
How'd you come back from?
He just moved on. He's like the star and the storehouse.
I can't. Delton, we gotta play the thing of at least one of them videos I showed you. I sent
Yeah,
you.
did we
just for
discuss the whole
to end.
comment or I missed that? We didn't
The
talk
whole
about the whole
comment?
comment. Cindy talked about the whole comment too. Cindy's like, you can't say that as a pastor. You shouldn't be calling people the whole. She did like remember when Kim Burrell said like, I didn't call you ugly, but like she said, because there's a point in Pastor Sarah's video where she's talking about a hoe and she said something. I think either your mother being a hoe, or it takes a hoe to know a hoe. Something like that. Something that was the.
Oh yes. So,
Yeah, no, we're not about that. We leave that one alone.
Are we leaving that one alone, or is it at the point where we've exhausted this one? Like, we agree, it wasn't cool. I think only couple us on here still trying to defend the
You know,
vibe.
what my fear is, I mean, in listening to her other lives and cautions and clips of her other lives, is that I don't know if it will change. Like, I think there's going to be more edgy things said. It's almost like, oh, that make y'all mad. Let me make y'all waste some. Let me make y'all waste
The
some.
pressure is
It's getting worse.
worse.
So that's my
I
fear
tried
in
to
the
use that
situation.
phrase once a day.
Obviously. That's my fear is, I think, because like it doesn't seem like there is a like let me just say like I sorry for what was said. It seems like I just be real.
But
I'm
this
keeping
is
it real.
Delton,
Like, Dave Chappelle
y'all
had a-
know I'm going to try and find a way to bring it back to what I'm saying. It's the addiction of the live. Like it was clickbait and it worked. Got people riled up, got people talking about you.
That's the thing. I don't think it was clickbait. We made it.
No. What? Yeah, okay. Like it worked as
Worked as
clickbait, but
clickbait. Was it
actually
clickbait?
it's one in a series of several clickbaits. You know these and let me another example is pastors that their preachers
Oh, the NCS?
that their style
Sorry,
is
Toya. That's I don't follow her. I ain't gonna lie. I already thought her last name was Leo.
sorry, boss lady. Sorry about that. I think a lot of people still know her as Sis.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
This is like Benita Washington. Took a while for us to call her Jones.
Well, I still
We'll
see
get
girls.
there.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
See,
Oh, sorry. My apologies if anybody's watching news. Smith. Sorry, Quincy Smith.
who should reach out to Quinty and have a Christian conversation, Angelica? I'm trying to figure out who she trying to call Quinty because I'm not going to be doing that. My point is, you know, one thing I've noticed that there are some preachers that their style is becoming more and more tweetable. Like everything is like a quippy caption
to be clickbait.
because actually you found that works.
Yep.
That gets
People.
traction. It gets attention, and it's dangerous to lean on the side of what the masses like and what feeds the masses and entertains the masses. I think that's always a danger. And so I'm talking about everybody on the live, myself included, Delton included, we who have platforms, that constant check. Nah, Delton, you and I are not immune. We could come in here and say something stupid one day, especially with this audience. What? They waiting for us to say something. I mean, our show is predicated on trapsiness. For us to toe the line and not say anything that would be cut out and share it. And then they can say, look at these life ministers. Listen to me, the people waiting for it. And so as a result, you can't lean on the side of what the people them love. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. When Angelica said it wasn't clickbait, she's always been that way. What I meant was it garnered attention. Not that she did it intentionally to garner attention, but once you realize it garners attention, once you realize that level of realness, that level of openness garners attention, you lean to the side of, well, this works well for my brand. Let me keep doing it. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the right thing for your brand. The fact that it works well to the point of it's getting me viewers and it's increasing my platform. That's my point. That's my point.
Because this one minute. When you say that, she says it straight out. What does that mean?
She say, you'll already say edgy stuff.
It is one-on-one. What do you mean when she says she said it straight out? She says things straight out.
She said, you already say edgy stuff. People just don't share it. I think Angelica's trying to be shady.
First of all, Shawnee.
I think Angelica's trying to be shady. Two, I want you to know, if this is the cup of things I have to say on DGMT, I say this much. I'm just putting that out there.
I'm only here to assist Vera in the comments.
You stop.
That's all I'm here for. I'm just here to assist Vera when she goes in the comments. I'm here to egg on. So that's all I'm here for.
This right here is a glass half full, half empty. In fact,
Someone say the spot in the earrings. Until I say the spot in the earrings. Yeah.
thanks.
You take the earrings off, take the
I
headphones
do.
off so you can see it. See the whole.
No, I'm.
That's fine. Okay, all right. That's what you want. Let's go ahead. Give a whole little show. What we say that first
Always
of
been a
all,
good time.
Angelica say no shit at all. People just don't crucify y'all. What we say that was
I don't think we've had any crucifiable moments, Angelica. Now, if we have, y'all call us out. Don't leave us out.
call if
Don't
you're
let us-
out. If you're
Wow.
if you're at something
Listen
you
to
said
me.
was crucifiable, you crucify if you're out.
And the thing is that it got to be the people that love you and follow you and understand you and know when you being out of character that hold you accountable. Because the rest of the people, they're not going to give you any grace. None at all. So listen, if we have been offensive, inappropriate, overly edgy, because I don't think edgy in and of itself is bad. Overly edgy, you all call us out. I mean, I'm not worried that DGMTers won't call us out. I feel like we got some faithful DMTers who would tell us.
So you understand it be your own people.
We started the show with that. It be your own church people. That's just how we started the show. We are kind and godly people. We will not crucify you. We didn't crucify nobody today, man. We didn't crucify nobody. I think we did.
I just threw some questions. That's all I did.
Delton, you're gonna play one of the videos I send you to wrap
All
up
right,
the
so
show.
let's wrap up the show, guys.
Which one?
So what we ended with? So we ended with Pastor Sayers. Pastor Smith.
Stop
Sorry,
calling it that.
that's what I've always known it as. So we're gonna end with Pastor Smith and saying that there's some things just wasn't appropriate. For
Okay,
live.
yeah.
That's what we were saying.
You're gonna play this one? The one you scrumped to? As Delton gets this video that we're gonna end the show with,
I don't think I saved that one.
you better do it now. As we get this video that Delton is gonna play, I want you to know, first of all, Delton, you gotta do this one. There's two.
The
first one. Do the first.
I gotta find it.
No, do the singing as first and the dancing as second. The first one, when I sent it to Delton, I'm gonna read Delton's response.
I don't know. Okay, you don't know that's like behaving to them like.
I've never heard this before. This is the first time I heard it. Delton said, "LOL. Oh, the scream I just scrumped."
Like I don't know scrumped.
Almost wake up, Julie and David. When I saw Delton write the word scrump, I fell out. That's the first video we're gonna show you. The first video we're gonna show you. And honestly, this video could have its own show, but we're not gonna delay the publication of this any longer.
Oh, it didn't say if. That's why.
The second video that I'm gonna ask Delton to play to you.
I'm gonna redo it because they did the whole thing rather than just the one thing I asked them for. The person's page.
So we can't watch the videos.
I'm gonna get it. Well,
the second video, Delton's getting it together, guys. Listen, do not leave. I see the numbers going down. Listen, y'all have rocked with us today. The numbers have been strong and heavy, and we thank you so much for all your comments, for all your contributions. It's been a hot week in terms of DGMT, in terms of the tea ready for DGMT. Because when people talking about the show from Tuesday, that's when you know, like, your guts to come on the live.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to leave because what you're about to see is going to bless your life, right?
Let me get it.
The second video, I laughed till I wept and I watched it about 16 times. I need y'all to stick around. Don't go.
This first one.
So singing first and dancing second.
Was the guy who was singing. Let me download.
Don't leave. Because what I want to challenge the saints. Are you giving God this kind of commitment in your service? Whatever your service is,
one first
singing.
Sign off.
Whether it's worship leading, whether it's soup kitchen, are you giving God this level of excellence and commitment?
What do I say?
That's the first question. The second question is, when people see you praising Him,
you can see the play?
I do. Do they see? I have to do it. Do they see the true joy of the Lord in your praise? You know, just questions. I want to put rhetorical questions. We want to end the show with. So this, Delton, I just click play. Just click add to the stream. So y'all don't go now. Stay right here. 2 videos for you to end the show. Delton, you and I have to promise not to react because if we react, we're gonna be here till 5. So no reactions, just ending
I
show.
will
Delton,
take
tell
the-
the people bye.
I would take the comment off the screen.
Tell
No, we
people-
got another one to play too, so we can't just end there.
Oh Jesus! Oh Lord Jesus!
So go ahead, man. You
For
got
us, I don't see nothing wrong with living for Jesus. Take it away, Johnny.
Jesus Christ, saints. You know I don't see nothing wrong with living for Jesus Christ, saints. I don't see nothing wrong with living for Jesus Christ. I don't see nothing wrong.
Oh, it's up late.
No, it's Johnny.
Day and night.
Not Ben Johnny.
Here I am for the world, praying that God will reveal purpose in the body of Christ. The struggles of life are getting me down with Jesus Christ as my foundation. I'm standing on solid. I don't see nothing wrong.
I decided
stopped it.
I decided to end it there
I like
before
it.
he went too low on the mic. He started to bend his knees, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want to compromise the
know.
integrity of our show.
I don't know why she stopped it, but I definitely was enjoying that. I told her I love it.
I want you to know.
I love it, buddy.
I
you don't see nothing wrong.
was unable.
What is?
I was unable to can. So that's the first video. The second video is uploaded.
Yeah, I can play it from the side here. So this is the second one. The second one, this came from Vera family. I know this is your cousin.
No. That's Caribbean.
That's Caribbean.
That's a Caribbean man. But you listen to them accents.
Oh,
that
no,
might be Jody's people.
The thing was the people. The
Which one?
bodybuilder. That's your
Oh yeah,
cousin.
no, they south. I'm west.
Yeah.
You don't see much, Angelica. Not a thing wrong. Jody, this one's for you.
This one here. This the brightest are people, Jody. So let's go ahead and put that one on the screen. Let me show
In fact,
you.
this is all of your people. It's to come on for me. Play again. Listen, when I look at that man's praise, I can see that a wonderful change has come over him.
Oh,
That's a real praise, right? Come on! Like,
Well,
y'all ain't singing
I-
hard enough for me to
I-
pop and lock.
what we found was so funny is that somebody recorded them and posted like randomly on the page. This wasn't like something that somebody like recorded them and let me just.
Oh, no,
let me-
that's his TikTok.
That was his page. So this is like
That was
something
his
that
TikTok page.
it was something that someone they record him is like, oh, let me make this funny thing,
Doesn't
pastor.
you see this comment?
Pastor was like, no.
You saw this comment?
Which one that is? It does.
And I can read this comment because I know he can see this. He can
It
listen
was
to-
said
if he's
by
not listening
Lionel
now,
Bonamy.
Lionel Bonamy said, "This looks like some of Stafford's moves!" Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! I'm finished.
Like sadly it does. So yeah, so this was like someone trying to make fun of Pastor. Pastor was like,
no, Pastor
let me
was
show
like-
you.
That's it. Oh, you can see Dad used to beat the streets.
But talk about praying before you go in the club. That is talking about praying before you go in the club.
I'm weary.
That used to be
Princess says,
up
first of
in
all,
the club.
Princess has pulled on the side of the road to put her comments in for this part of the show. She said, first of all, that first video is an absolute no. And she calling Uncle Lionel out. She telling Uncle Lionel, behave.
but
behave.
it is true though.
I want you to know that video of Uncle blessed my heart.
I mean, because Uncle's really enjoying that. I don't
No,
know what you
But
believe.
your praise supposed to look that way. Your
Yeah.
praise supposed to be with reckless abandon.
till your clothes come off.
I mean,
Like
and
David
it's
said.
unique. Some of y'all trying to praise like Sister G and shout like Brother F. But I'm saying, no, I have an individual praise for God. And then his pants, the color was right. It was just everything.
It's
for
a
me.
whole outfit. It's a whole outfit. It's
Delton, speaking of pastors who have their own TikTok pages, we never came back to talk about how Uncle lied to us, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have that video up there.
Yeah,
no
I
more.
didn't ask on.
Yeah, they go on. So if y'all remember Rev was looking for a woman to just lay down next to.
Yeah,
Apparently, he was like, "I'm all acting.
he's an actor.
I'm
It
an
was just to
actor."
him. It was just to get likes up
I
on
was
his
just
page.
trying
He's
to get-
happily married with how many children?
I think 4. It was
4 kids or
He's
something.
like, I just wanted to get something out there to get my page going, and so that's what it was. So
It's like he's happily married with
I'm
4
not
children.
looking for anybody.
He's not looking for anybody.
I was like, Rev, why, Rev? It's like, this was necessary.
And he said it's just his acting.
It was
That's
so
his acting
unnecessary.
page.
He was
His
trying to get-
acting
He's
page.
trying to get jobs. So that's all it was. So anyway, this one, these guys, they got getaway. This is
This
a
is
lot.
where
That's
this
around
is where
show
the laughing stops.
in our 4 minutes.
Since say Uncle Conkas correct his
Gonna be a meeting alone. Meeting tonight. The mic's too loud. Come off the microphones. Good God Almighty. It's gonna be a meeting. Good God Almighty.
For those watching via radio, I do apologize.
watching via radio.
I want you to go when you get home. Go to the Facebook page of Delton Roll, Vera Wilson.
I don't laugh about these things for so many weeks.
It was definitely. It's like, sir, what is really happening here at this time in the house of the Lord? And Lady in the Yellow was like, not here for it. I was like, what are you?
So what's happening? But then
Lady in the Yellow was like, what is happening? This is
She's
why y'all
like-
let these young people in the church. Y'all let these young people in
y'all
the
don't
church.
let these young people.
And they are just acting out.
Ugh.
All the way. Hey, this one here, this is the last one. This is an old video, but this it's made its way back around. And it was Rev who was doing the bodybuilding in church. It wasn't a Rev. Let's say
I've
that.
never seen it. He wasn't a rap.
No, he's not the pastor. I would have. So this is the family of the Africans down there in the south.
So I think, right, I just had a revelation sitting here watching this. We had Fine Art Sunday. Is bodybuilding not a fine art?
Bible says, I believe, somewhere in Romans, and it talks about, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, that you do what?
Present those bodies.
Present your body. The Bible says in the book of Romans that you do what?
I'm tapping out. All right,
What do you
guys.
do?
It's been a good show.
You present
Oh.
your bodies.
Withholding nothing.
What did Rev do?
Woo! Withholding
So, if you go on that page, I think like he's a member of the church.
No, I feel like that was a creative expression. Like you get the people to come into church and paint while the preaching's going on, the worship's going on. People get to sing, people get to dance. East side. This is an art. I go to competitions. People look at my body. They judge the aesthetics of my body. I'm presenting.
We have a member of Life that just won a competition a few days ago over there in Miami.
So have him for the next Fine Art Sunday.
I'm just saying that Prison Sunday's coming up next week. We can ask him to do the showcase that he did. I
See,
don't
now
know.
you're trying to set up the Saints.
Because he wasn't like overly. He was like naked. He
No, because he
wasn't
yeah.
greased up.
Yeah, he
He
didn't
was
have
just-
on his. He didn't have on his jockey then. He put on some jeans. And there was hardly any tears in the jeans.
Nothing, no hole, no cut up.
Hardly any tears.
So all this was just a man of God that showed you.
And Jody said his poses were still saved. I'm not involved. I wasn't here. I have nothing to do with this.
He did a little flex in the band.
Nothing. I'm not here. I said fine art Sunday. I made myself very clear when possibly something like this could be appreciated. Like somebody could come and braid hair. All of these artistic expressions.
Listen to me. I see my pastor on the live all the time. My pastor's on the live. He's in the gym, lifting the plates, doing the stuff.
Not to the praise team doing.
Oh, in this air is definitely.
Yeah, but that's not for us.
In this air, that's definitely what's going on. It's probably that nice little slow song too. And in there, it's to worship you.
Oh man, I'm still struggling from Uncle who was doing the breakdancing. Listen, DGMT
it was a lot. It was a lot.
DGMT has been good. This has been a good show.
It's been real. It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
It's been real fun. So let's present your bodies. Says Rambo.
I have a headache.
But you see the pastor. The pastor look pretty buff too. The pastor's like
Moby say, "Don't y'all even dare." DDI, do not. Give me that. Give me the chorus.
Give me some more. One more time. I'm not finished. No, I'm not tired yet. No, it's like one more time. I'm not tired.
There is more.
Oh, guys, we gotta go. Gotta get up on out of here. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
This is bizarre. This show has literally been a mishmash of everything.
There's more. There's more videos that we didn't even get to because we had a gas station rev. We have gas station rev that we didn't get to.
I didn't mean to run my eyes just now. Sorry.
This gas station rev went in with a strong crew, about 4 or 5.
It wasn't the gas station; it was the fanning.
And the full vestments.
I'm telling you, the live.
The live. You know the fanning thing. I didn't play that.
Why is it live?
We talking about it next week. I don't think that was live. Somebody just got it and posted. I think that was live.
But that's somebody in her crew.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, listen to me.
And it's on her TikTok page.
She just did a powerful prayer.
I want you to know when I get to heaven, there's certain conversations I have to have with Jesus. I was like, Jesus, real talk, me and you. What did you really think about this? Tell me. Indulge me. Me and Jesus gonna have a big old episode of DGMT.
Get the men's ministry in the gym now.
DGMT, me and Jesus. The first day in heaven. There's no days in heaven. That first encounter with Jesus, like, hey, come. So that
but you remember
because we used to talk about this all the time.
We was talking about this on the show.
The whole thing with with the like
what
rose petals.
What were you saying?
Did you even the rose petal thing? Did you even like register that? Did you even care?
It was like, you remember? You was okay with that?
Because so much of what we're up in arms about, and he's like, this really doesn't even matter.
It's like you was cool.
In the words of Reverend Alfonso Font, there are souls that are heading, and I'm going to add a bit of Agatha with a first-class ticket to a Christless hell.
Christless hell. And y'all here worrying about tank top muscles?
Not just worrying. A kiki.
About tank top muscles and piranhas?
And heaven, Jesus can call me and Delton in. He can call me and Delton in. He say, hey, you two, you wasted a lot
of time on Saturdays.
Y'all are having too much fun.
Too much fun laughing while people go to a Christless hell. What did the devil was laughing at?
With a first class ticket.
Hell still smoking? God ain't joking. God ain't joking and hell still smoking.
Too much laughter. Too much jokey.
Dwayne says give it 6 months. I can see a tank top Sunday coming soon at church now about the Robinson Road area. I don't know. We can talk about that too. Because y'all saw the little Maverick City tours and what they were wearing on the tours. There's a lot of tank tops. One of
the people I follow on YouTube, he tore them to shreds.
Oh, you did?
I was like,
why you're wearing tank tops and singlets in gospel concerts? What's really happening
What's
here?
wrong with singlet?
What's singing what Rev's doing on stage? So what's wrong with that then? Why you
I
singing?
ever said anything was wrong with what he was doing?
Somebody say, Dwayne, you keep it tight up.
I'm choking.
like,
Shut
what?
it down. Judy say idle talk.
Idle talk.
Idle talk. Listen, we always try to end with our takeaways, so we don't end up just having idle talk.
Idle talk. Takeaways is
What the takeaway is?
come off the live. We back that again.
Every blessing.
Y'all stop going
Every
live, man.
blessing we have DGMT. The conclusion is you'll stay off the live.
Y'all
Yeah?
stop going live, please. For Jesus' sake.
No. But we on the live for Jesus' sake,
Are we on the
Delton.
live too?
Oh,
Stop going
goodness.
live here.
Honestly, this is the end. Although we've come
To the end of the road.
to the end of the road.
Anyway, guys, come join us down tomorrow. Speaking of church and tank tops, come join us at Life Center tomorrow.
Oh.
We have t-shirt day. No tank tops, t-shirts. We have t-shirt day starting at 8 o'clock or 11:15.
Cap sleeve, ladies, at least.
Cap sleeve.
What's case scenario?
If you're gonna take it to that, your favorite tailor to do the little the little cut up thing that they do for like the PLB shirts and F&M shirts, just remember coming to church. Just remember that you come to church. It's all about the anyway, guys. Pastor see the wife beaters all of a sudden it's becoming ministry and pulpit appropriate. Y'all laugh at Pastor Eddie Long, and then Pastor Eddie Long, the late Pastor Eddie Long is there in his tank, in his dry
There
fits.
wasn't tank now, it was dry
His
fit.
dry fits.
Dry fit with a little bit of a V.
Slight V, not a big one.
Little V neck.
Slight V, and right here.
Tomorrow, t-shirt.
Cap sleeves.
T-shirt Sunday.
So t-shirt Sunday, start at 8 o'clock,
Life
11 o'clock,
Worship
Life Worship
Center.
Center. I mean, not your church. Our church is t-shirt Sunday,
Yeah,
not
don't
your
wear a
church.
t-shirt to your
I
church
know
if
what
that's
the
not what
churches
y'all
do.
are doing.
And our church is t-shirt Sunday.
And don't say we said either.
We have extra t-shirts too in case Sin want to come on down. We have extra t-shirts, Sin. You and Lawrence come down. We get you some shirts. Find out a house to be in. There's house
Pastor
love,
Denzel say the fits are not
integrity.
dry. This is time to sign.
Integrity, love,
Oh.
integrity, faith, empowerment. Our shirts are out there. So you come on down. We have extra shirts for everybody. In case Minister Davey wants to come on down, we're gonna be there.
Minister Dave, and I need to
1811.
side message you because Minister Delton is not being genuine. He was very hurt on Fine Art Sunday, but we can talk about that later. We can talk about that later. We can talk about off the live.
I'm being confused. It's like, whoa. I was hurt. I was remember that. Anyway, so yeah.
Angelica says she'll
Shorty,
pay she'll
put
pay.
your shirt in. That's no problem. We can do that.
Got you.
That's easy things. All right, guys. So y'all be safe. Come join us at church tomorrow, 8 o'clock or 11.
Ooh,
11,
way
15.
too much of Kiki K. I need to go mark some books, bring myself down.
But something that ain't jokey.
Something very serious. Get myself ready for tomorrow morning.
All right, so next week we can talk about this right here. I'm gonna play this and then we're gonna end the show. This we can talk about next. We can talk about Rev in the gas station. No, not Rev in the gas station, then Rev fanning. So we can talk about that. So I mean, yeah, we'll talk about it. We just mentioned it. Why is it
We're gonna
necessary?
skim
We
over
can
it.
skim over this
Because
stuff.
the Saints had something to say.
Yeah,
on
the
the
Saints
internet.
weren't happy and too pleased about it. And then
You're gonna play it now?
I can play one. I'm gonna play one as we go.
No, play the second one.
What second one? The fanning?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the fanning one because I think that's necessary. Yeah, but I think that wasn't bad. You think that was bad?
Okay, go on then.
I didn't think that was bad.
And if you come in next week with to fire shots at Delton and I, we come in bulletproof, yeah? So wherever,
Bulletproof. Nothing
Just
to
know it.
lose.
all the people who's firing
Fire
shots at us today,
away, fire away.
we can make sure that the right flyer is circulating. Delton, put it up again just in case.
Sorry, that's in case y'all I missed the flyer. Let me post the flyer. In fact, I'm gonna post the flyer and take us off so y'all can just read it in its entirety without us distracting you in the background. That's us right there.
And you put a circle around a particular point. A
What?
circle around this.
I should have.
You really should, like
put
a
some-
red arrow or red.
I had on
circle.
my status. I had a red arrow.
I did too.
Yeah, I just want to show you guys. This is what it is. So we start on Saturdays, guys, and so
Angelica's reminding us that we put a pin in Carnival Club and Junkanoo.
yeah. So Carnival Club and Junkanoo next week. We can talk about it. It's fine. Man, I'm gonna talk about it. I know people who've been in Junkanoo for years and love the Lord, and I know people who go to the club and say they love the Lord. I know people go to Carnival and love the Lord. They say so. We can talk about them and find out if they love the Lord. We're looking forward to having you, Sin, whenever you and the family
And
come
when
on
you
down.
come, make sure say you are Delton and I's guest. You're not
If
Cassie's
you
guest.
mention anything
Make
about
sure-
Cassie, that's going to be a
Just
problem.
make sure now.
If you mention anything about Cassie or anything about Shakari, anything, that's going to be a problem for us. Anyway, so y'all be safe. We are going to see we off the screen already. We already winding down.
Peace out, y'all.
So y'all, let's think about Rev and see if y'all have a problem with Rev did. And always remember this first and foremost.
I'm a piranha. Then I'm